Hey, I think this is working. Apparently, technology is the thing. Hi, my name's Todd. This is SideQuests Live, and yeah, the world got turned inside out, and we're trying to figure it all out. So, our live game in person, and I love being around the table. Like, let me just say, tabletop role playing games is not the same without the tabletop. But that
No, but
said,
it's different in a good way
that's true.
sometimes.
And I'm excited to give this a try. I've been meaning to try this for a while. So, this is a live stream, and we do accept live chats. This is SideQuest Live, and we're trying out the tech. Today's going to be a little different. First of all, learning curve. So, I've only used Roll20 two or three times. So, all of you people out there who are like, that's not the way to deal with it. Sorry, I learning curve, right?
I'll
And
be that person.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to go around the table and show everybody what we got so
Oh,
far.
question,
Oh, hey, you're on the screen too, so go for it. Question.
question. Say I were drinking a product that had a product name on it on the screen, would that be a problem?
You know what? It's the end of the fucking world. Drink what you want. I mean, honestly, do whatever. Hey, I'm going to go get some freaking adult
This
beverage
isn't
and
your
just
children's root beer, people.
nice, nice. And you know what? Hey, maybe they'll want to sponsor us. No, I have no such qualms. So this is Bella, as you know if you've been listening to our recorded games, and she's playing Darmita. And tell us a teensy bit about Darmita.
Oh shit! Let me open up.
We're busy
It's
rebuilding
been so
characters.
long. It's
It's
been so long.
yeah. I feel like it was yesterday because I just live streamed the most recent game out and I watched it. And I was like,
Right.
oh, that's what we did.
I watched that today at work.
Yep.
I was just like, hey, I didn't notice this one went out.
Important to do at work.
I figured if we're doing
Um,
this right now live stream, I wanted people to have the opportunity to be caught up. Mostly looking at you, Darcy.
Yeah, no, it was good because I wasn't there for that episode, so it was great.
Oh,
Or no,
and
that was the one before I wasn't there for.
Darmita as a
Last,
ranger now has an animal companion. Who's your animal companion?
do I?
No, but
no.
you should because it's on your lap.
Oh yes, my animal companion. God, I'm slow tonight.
That's
And
all. It,
this
all
here is
good.
Archibald.
Oh,
The
that's
name of
Really?
the character in another game.
That's really funny.
Yes, his name is Archie, and he's my little grandpuppy.
Nice. Archibald
So
is actually on the screen right now as well, like the name. So he is.
Right.
That's now canon. You have a something.
an animal. I
An
have a
animal.
cute little furry companion.
Absolutely. All right, let's. I don't know what this button does. Oh, this would normally be Benkuhm and Johannes, but they are not here right now. So we'll just move their character art up. And by the way, the character art is beautifully drawn by our very own in-house Darcy, who is coming
Well,
up.
thank you.
Coming up next. You're on the screen, Darcy. Hey, welcome to the live stream. My first in ever for Roll20.
Hi, thanks. My camera sucks apparently. Who knew?
Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good.
I'm just
Also,
looking at
you're
your guys
getting
and
the
being like,
delay,
man,
right?
why do you guys have good cameras?
You know what? 90% of it is light. Like, let me turn this light off.
Yeah, but it's not grainy like mine. Anyway,
No, but
not important.
yeah.
Not important. You're not here to watch my
No,
face.
we're
You're here to
listening.
listen to my beautiful voice.
Absolutely.
Maybe that sounds good. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
Well, and plus, if you want, I can make your character nice and big right next to your face. Pick a side. There you go. There you go. Much nicer. That's not grainy at all. Look at that.
I don't know. I mean, I can't see it, but hopefully it's
that's
great.
all right.
I'm not going to stream in your stream out.
No, and the
in
delay
addition
would be
to this.
insanity. Insanity.
Anyway, I'm playing Umbra de Seara, Subulina Plina, Picadecron de Stella, Subulina Plina.
Every time,
Since
man.
we're introducing characters.
This is also a good opportunity to remind our viewers that there is a contest on that if you want to send us a recording of you saying that name, I will put you in a draw and you can win a Shadowrun 6 starter box because it's in my garage right now.
Meaning to like record something short as like an example because
No, man, they gotta watch the stream.
I've never said Umbra de Seara Superluna Plina Fica de Coroa de Stella Superluna
Yeah, you
Plina three
did.
times fast. I just say it once.
You know what? I would even accept if they want to just say it once properly. I would accept that as an entry. So
okay, I don't think you've like put that out on the social medias yet,
I have
though.
not.
So like maybe
It's uber
we
secret.
keep being like, man, no one's done it yet, and it's like no one knows.
I'm not surprised. It's we actually get a lot of traction on the podcast version, and
Yeah.
I will mail something.
That's where I
out to
watch
people,
it.
though. I'm absolutely it's all about listening, right? So listening is
totally.
good.
Because I do it at work. I'm not looking at something.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
And
I don't think there's anything else to say about me.
That's
But I
all
will
good.
say, Gordon's camera is art that I did not draw.
No,
It was by Mona Finden, but been edited by Gordon.
there you
Yeah.
go.
I just need to put
Nice.
that credit out there because he's really good.
Actually, here I'll put the original. I wasn't sure if we should use that on the stream, so what I've done on the is you can't see it, Darcy, but I have
Yeah,
put
I didn't know
your
that you-
drawing directly in front of it.
Yes.
It almost
done.
works actually.
Well done.
It's very close. It's just like it's if I could just line up the shoulders a little bit more and like blur the edges.
I didn't want to just have this picture there and not credit them. So
No,
good
absolutely.
call.
hedging my bets. Anyway,
Absolutely.
go
So
ahead and introduce yourself.
That
Gordon.
is awesome art, and I fully that's what I picture. And then Darcy did a beautiful drawing here. So just in case they don't appreciate us streaming their thing, I'll move that aside for the viewers. You can check
Yep.
that out. Who was it again, Darcy? One more
It's
time.
Mona Finden. You can find their art station.
Awesome. So Mona Finden, if you don't want us to do this, this will be the last time, and please don't sue us. And then we'll put Darcy's out front, and that brings us round to Gord. Gord, welcome to the stream.
Hello. I need to buy a webcam.
Hey man.
But until then, look at the lovely art.
Absolutely.
And I'm playing Fenris.
Very cool. So today we're mostly just going to do a quick little intro. I'm going to learn the tech. I've been trying to figure out how to run Roll20. The learning curve is fun, especially for someone like me who tends to obsess about the little details. You just gotta kind of go with it. So it's mostly there. We're going to do mostly theater of the mind, but the map is there to just clarify if anybody's a little bit confused.
And I'm gonna use the dice roller because
And yeah, the dice roller as well.
I like digital dice.
Oh, it's funny. I just love that feeling of the dice on the table, clunk, clunk, clunk. And the
I like
sound on the
not having to
microphone.
do math. That's what I like.
Well, there is that. But I don't have the NPCs all input, so it's not going to tell you if it hit or not. You just have to tell me the totals. All right, so that's going to look a little something like this. I'm on the wrong map compared to the rest of you, so let me get
That's
that.
fine. They're all the same. It doesn't matter.
There we go. By the way, about my maps, I am a Patreon supporter of several different artists because I can't draw. So this one in particular was Map Hammer, I believe. And I've also used a lot of Dynamic Dungeons, fantastic. Neutral Party is great. There's a lot of really good map makers out there on Patreon, and send them some love. And you know, as long as they're cool with it, then use the maps. I believe I've cleared all of these, and if not, I've definitely been giving money to purchase access. So that's what I've been going for that. So we are currently on this map, which is a forest hideout of a bunch of brigands. You've been hanging out with Sarah Telborn and her brigand group a little bit, and I know it's kind of hard to see on the map, but I'm just going to zoom it in. I know that does nothing for you, but here we've got our giant Goliath barbarian guy. It's not letting me rotate him. Rotate.
The top stick.
Yeah. Well, I had it rotated so it was right underneath some of the other stuff.
Oh, right. Okay, that would do it.
Meanwhile, you've also, this guy that I'm currently moving around in the red, he is our Cambian prisoner.
I
He's a
was gonna
magistrate.
ask why there was a red person.
That's just a...
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, just to demonstrate who is the hot potato. Who's your daddy and what does he do? No,
Yeah, that's the time bomb just waiting to go off.
absolutely. So he actually went off last game. For those who don't remember, I think you were all... No, Darcy wasn't there, but you've seen it now.
I was there for that one.
Oh, that's right. You were there, and...
Johannes used me as a springboard. It was great.
Yeah, right at the end to chop off the head of... Let's do a quick recap.
It's the most effective thing I did.
It was pretty good. It was pretty epic. I'm not gonna lie. So, oh boy, recap time. Essentially, Morally Ambiguous is hired to rescue some villagers.
Say that like it's our name, like we're the Morally Ambiguous.
Morally Ambiguous crew.
Here's our business cards.
Yeah. MAC. Mac. So you
Look,
guys
that's
were
taken?
effectively, probably, isn't everything? So you've been effectively hired to rescue a couple of people, small people, I believe Gord described them as. I like that description. Hey, nice. Hey, Yalfen, thanks for dropping by. I can see you on the thing. Yeah, I do have business cards. I can send you one. Hey, Yelfin, if you watched a little bit back, you can actually jump in on a giveaway we're doing that probably only you and like one other person would qualify for. Anyway, I'll stop interrupting this. So, last game on Morally Ambiguous. The people were... Why don't you guys do it? I'm done talking. Darcy.
Well,
Yeah.
Or Gord, take it away.
sure. We were about to begin our trek back to the Mistress of the Veiled Mistress, I believe, or the Mistress of Veils, a succubus, and bring the Cambion to him, and in exchange for the two small folk who we were trying to rescue. But actually, the magistrate had an ace up his sleeve, and as we were getting him to sign a pardon, he used his signet ring to open a portal, and a chained devil came out, or chained demon, and along with
Couple
others,
of
and
spike,
yeah.
spine devils.
spined,
Yeah.
and then three of them.
Lots of devils.
And we ended up getting into a fight that we prevailed, and that was generally the session.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a pretty good recap. So,
That was basically the whole session, wasn't it? Yeah.
It
We
kinda
just sort of
was.
discussed, like, are we going to do this? Are we not going to do this? We're going to get the pardon? Okay, cool. Wait, he's up to no good. Let's cut his arm off.
Yeah, you guys managed to hack off the magistrate's arm to prevent him from plane shifting out of there as a one-for-one trade with this chain devil.
My favorite part, though, was after we defeated the chain devil, which I'm sure they, like, teleported back to hell or something, like, all that nonsense. I'm not sure if that's a thing devils do or not, but, infernal people. His chains were left behind and started to pour back into the portal. And I was like, we're not losing those chains. They're cool. So we all grabbed them, and our Goliath decided, hey, there are things flying in the air, and these are chains. I'm going to try and hit them with this chain. And he, like, psychically bonded with the chain or something, and now it's, like, wrapped around his arm and alive.
Yeah, it's very anime style. Wrapped around
Which is
this.
exactly what I was hoping for when I was like, let's keep those chains.
Yeah, and
so I'm very
Benkuhm-
glad that happened.
And you didn't even have to spend a plot point for it.
I know. I was listening to it back being like, that is exactly the kind of thing I would have spent a plot point on.
I was super
and
excited.
Todd just did it.
Well, that's the joy of the communal storytelling. That's what it's all about.
Totally.
So, as you can see from me fiddling around on here, Yafen and anybody else watching, we are just mucking about and trying to learn this remote game stuff, because this is new to me. I'm old school. Old school. Where's my dice tray? Actually, I might want
If
my
you
dice
want it to
tray.
be simple, you just do much less. You're like, it's just a podcast.
I still
We're
have
just talking.
mine. I brought
Nice.
my dice tray because I'm more old school. I
Absolutely.
can't do the roll 20.
No, it's all good. We'll get the hang of it.
Yeah. There's too much I'm gonna have to input by hand.
Now,
It'll
just
take me longer than now.
I don't have my my internet thing reading out the the chat. Maybe I'll get that running again. But Yaofen just said, "Hey, welcome to my world, LOL." Absolutely, man. Nothing is easy, but you know what? It's nice. It's fun, and it's amazing what you can get away with some simple tech at home and some time on your hands and just a lot of energy. So I've been watching Yaofen's stream. He does a Shadowrun stream out there that's pretty intense. Man, you guys go deep in the lore. It's pretty awesome. So we appreciate that.
We got to get back to Shadowrun.
Oh, yeah. But
yeah, we do.
You know what? I've been keep wanting to wrap this up, but I'm having so much fun with the D&D. Like, this story is just a lot of fun. You guys are making it so much fun. So we are still running plot points for anybody who's ever played Shadowrun Anarchy.
And I'm just going to keep track in my head.
Yeah.
Oh, that computer just got real loud.
Y'all
I still have
2.
I still have 2.
And generally I've been refreshing them every session anyway. I'm going through my... Yeah, go for it.
We didn't have a long rest, right?
We just woke up.
Yeah, we just woke up, so we did have one long rest.
Okay.
And then... Oh, it makes me so sad. I'm going through my D&D book right now, bag right now, and I'm like pulling at the table thing. It's like, oh... COVID, you bastard. Alright, I'm getting what I need here. So yeah, you guys just had a long rest, and you were getting ready to go take the magistrate off. Seara needed her pardon before you took him away, and that's when he decided to try to pull a fast one on you, and he tried to plane shift. Darmita, being real quick and really
said, "Hell no!"
Suspicious, grabbed his arm, pulled it away, trying to stop him. And Benkuhm busy tried to smash. He tried to hack it off with a warhammer, because that's I'll rip his heart out with a spoon. Why a spoon, cousin? Because it'll hurt more. Anyway, oh man, yeah. A good thing about getting out of my house to Spielhaus or Gord's place is it makes me a little less prone to letting out the voices. Oh, Yaofen's been chatting away at us and I didn't hear any of it. Yeah, we've taken a break from Shadowrun. No, dude. Oh, I understand that. Trying out other ones. Genfunk 2090. Very cool. So yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. And now and make the stitches small. All right, very cool. Thanks, man. So I will have to check out your latest stream. I've been so busy with life and just trying to stay healthy, as 99% of the world is doing, and the rest are just walking around mass shopping, collecting toilet paper. Yeah.
Apparently.
That's what they do.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, we do want everybody to stay healthy, which is why we're doing this thing with my sitting up here and microphone. All right. Yeah, that's fun.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it does a pretty good job actually of like blacking out the background. Zoom, we're trying Zoom. All right, I think that's enough preamble. Let's. This is really just a tech run and one encounter is what I promised these guys, and a bit of a late start. So the other thing I'm a bit sad about
is just waste our resources. Yay!
I can't speak for the other two, but I don't need to get up early.
I know, right? No commute.
I'm working from home.
Absolutely.
I get up when I get up, so.
Now I can hear the music, but of course none of you can. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. There is a way to do that.
There is.
I just don't know what it is.
We'll figure it out.
I watch a lot of stream stuff.
Yeah.
That does it online, not like crit stuff that you folks do. So. They talk about that for a while, like.
Yeah, I'll figure that out for next stream.
This channel, and then you join that channel, and then it's like da 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 da. It just means you're basically streaming it out twice, and it's like, it's fine.
Yep, absolutely. I actually, back when I did Shadowrun, I would do the music live, and it would stream out live, and it was all, we could hear it, and we could all respond to the tone. No, it was good. I kind of missed that. So I'm doing that now, but only I can hear it until I can figure out how to share.
And obviously, at the table we were also doing some of that.
Yeah,
that's how we got, certain sounds in one fateful episode.
The Odaluk episode where it was farting up a storm.
Yeah,
Yaofen
that
has
one.
Yaofen is saying, I'm reading it out for the people who can't hear it. You haven't streamed Gene Funk yet, but they did do Carbon 2185. Oh, I've heard of that one. I want to check that out. That's the one I left due to lack of little things, so we moved on. That's cool. That's cool. It's all good to try new games. I do really miss my Shadowrun, though. But in the meantime, back to Dungeons and Dragons. All right, so you guys are sitting around the smoldering embers burnt into the ground. The symbol, which was about 3 feet wide, has now vanished and fallen, the ash hitting the grass, burning an etched about 3 foot diameter circle in the ground in the middle between you. Umbra, Seara, and wolf form standing watch over Seara Talborn, who had been badly raked and torn up from the chain devil, laying there, almost pulled into the nine hells. She's panting and extremely thankful that she did not go over the edge. As you can see, I'm just gonna move little Seara out of the way.
Yeah.
There we go. And so Fenris is. You're all basically standing in a circle around the burned out husk in the middle. Seara is the person with the green that I'm currently moving.
Sure.
So
There's nothing left of the circle, right? Because it was originally like his ring that melted into a puddle of metal and then turned into the circle, right?
It did, and it was hovering about 5 inches off the ground, and it was just this kind of finger-thick, flame-edged image.
But there's none of that metal's left.
No, actually, the silver is a little bit there.
Hey, silver!
Free silver! Devil silver.
It's even better.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you guys are there, and it is suddenly quiet in the glade after such a difficult time. Benkuhm walks up, holding the magistrate up over his shoulder. What was that? I'm playing Benkuhm.
Yeah! I was just like, I want to hear your Benkuhm impression.
I'm just moving the old Fenris to get the new Fenris in here.
Oh, man.
All right. You guys are standing there. There's Seara looks up at you from the ground and says, "Thank you. That was unexpected."
Yes, I think the magistrate played his last ace up his sleeve.
I wouldn't put anything past him. Watch that one carefully.
I'm going to turn to the others and nod at them and say, I think we should be going soon before he's given more chances to escape.
I'll
Agreed.
hunker down so that I'm lower. If anybody wants to put him on my back or get on or whatever, they can.
Sure. Benkuhm bends down. Magistrate just slung over his shoulder like an afterthought because he's a beast. Bends down face to face with you and starts grunting and growling. If you're willing to wait the 10 minutes, he's going to ritually cast Speak with Animals. What you say, girl? No, higher.
I don't think we need to wait 10 minutes for
No,
this.
this is
I
not
don't
gonna
think
be
anything
live.
important's going to happen.
No, but if you let him finish, he will cast it, and then you will be able to speak with him.
Look, I'm on a clock here. I got 2 hours. I need those 10 minutes.
Okay, you just walk away. Johannes takes the magistrate off of Benkuhm, and there's a bit of a tug of war as they're both staring at each other, almost refusing to let him go. The magistrate is unconscious between them. The stump of his left arm bound tightly to prevent him from bleeding out, and they're just basically trying to tear him in half as it gets more and more heated between the two of them.
We need him alive, both of you. just pick one to carry him, but we need to go real soon.
They kind of look sheepishly at each other and then and at you, and then they kind of both back off and they load the magistrate onto your wolf companion.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't have to persuade them.
Well, they're not completely oblivious.
Okay.
So Seara sits up and starts binding her wounds. And all right, make good speed and get that piece of filth out of my camp. We won't be here. Darmita, we're going to Camp C. You know where that is.
Mm-hmm. Meet you there when I'm done with this.
Right.
Mess.
If anything goes wrong, you know the other methods to reach us.
Hmm.
Did she actually
Not to
get her
worry.
pardon? Did she actually get her pardon papers?
Yes. It was just the last moment of pressing the seal that didn't. So the seal was... actually, the seal was melted. So she has an unsealed but signed pardon.
Uh-oh.
She looks down at it, and that complicates things. Right.
Sorry I didn't notice that sooner. Maybe I could have prevented the whole thing. My apologies, Sarah.
He fooled us all. Well, perhaps we'll go with Plan B. If you make it through with this succubus, perhaps you can come back. All of you seem very capable in a fight. She's kind of holding her side as she's kind of where the chains had carved almost right through her leather armor. I might have a task for you if you're willing and able. Nonetheless, Johannes is like, well, we've got to get going.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys pack up and get ready to go. You guys are headed out. Well, there's two ways to go. You can kind of choose which way you want to go. You can head up and around kind of the mountainous way, which you sort of did before. You're coming at it from a different angle. You could go up that mountainous path, or you could go kind of more of the traveled route through a forest. It's a little less treacherous, but it's going to be easier for any pursuit to travel.
What's our timeline from getting from here to where we're going?
As with everything else in my world, it's about a day. It's like,
Cool. So we'll do it in half.
oh, that's right. You guys are really fast.
Well, as
You can
long
argue a quarter if it was difficult terrain the whole way, but
as only if we take the forest or a mountain.
Yep.
That's when I
we're
get
in the forest. Right?
So your options
one
are
way.
mountain or
Or
forest. So
So I'm good with either.
all right.
I'm happy with either. I say we take the mountains. It's going to be safer.
Man, I have so many, like, the funny thing about this as like a weird mini session is like all of the stuff I want to do is just random conversations. I'm just like, I have like these 3 different conversations I want to have with different people, and it's like, we don't have time for that. Even if we did, we're getting where we're going so fast, there's like not time. Yeah, it's weird. Anyway,
That's all right. I mean, you
I'll
can
just have those conversations sometime. I mean,
I'll
I don't
defer
even
to
have
the
like
ranger.
Trent's not here, and neither's Levi. I think the only conversation I could actually have would be with. I just blanked on your name. I wanted to call
Fenris?
you Rochelle.
Oh, with
No.
Darmita.
Darmita, thank you.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Well,
Rochelle is the other.
Yeah, I know. Or maybe you're telling the audience.
No. I thought I didn't remember that you. I'm tired too. It's been a
Yeah.
long 2 weeks.
absolutely. It's all good.
Have another
Anyway.
drink.
By all means, if you want to have a chat, go for it. As you march along, almost back the way you came when you encountered that stone giant, you're gonna head kind of out that way and then an angle north, just before the stone giant pass, and then you'll head further into the mountains up along a ridge. It is a bit of a tricky climb, but between the ranger who is very familiar with here, and the Goliath, who is, I believe, an elk totem.
Yeah, there's not like any mundane explanation for what he does. It's not just like he knows how to navigate terrain really well. It's like, I don't know, he's like an aura of walking fast, I guess.
Yeah.
But like not combat walking fast, only overland walking fast. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's aura of elk.
Totem is weird.
Yeah, it's awesome. So between the aura of the elk and the Gloomstalker Ranger, you guys will make amazing time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, as long as it's like, the thing about conversations, they don't actually take that long a lot of the time. So even if it's just like an hour, I could still probably get in all my conversations. We'll probably do them as like flashbacks though, because like, actually, unless it's over 2 hours, I'm not having any conversations because I'm staying as a wolf. Screw everybody.
Oh, that's true. You're Wolfie.
Stay a wolf. Don't waste that wild shape unless we want to have a nap, in which case I'll get him back, so I don't care.
All right.
Yep.
So you guys are hiking for quite some time. It's about 2.5 hours. The magistrate eventually does come to, and he's just bouncing along on the back of the wolf. The wolf.
I only have 2 hours, so I'm done.
Oh, so you're done. So as you wild shape back.
At 2, I'm just like, and I just like, someone get this. I'm about to change back.
Benkuhm bends down next to you and goes, "What is it, girl? Tell me."
Drop off.
You lose your wild shape, and the magistrate is now strapped, and you're like spread eagle on the ground on the mountain pass. Eventually, they untie it and bring with.
Thank you.
I was almost ready to speak. Oh, I gotta remember to drag the players. These are the things I'm learning about Roll20. I'm slowly learning. How do you get to maps that are far away? Okay, I'm gonna have to like port you through a few. Sorry, guys.
That happens. Yeah, that's a thing. Definitely seen that before.
Awesome. You guys are like, hey, now it's an ocean.
Yep.
Now it's a. All right.
Ooh.
Here we are at the Rocky Pass.
Wow, these are rocks.
Yep, this was a dynamic dungeon map. So give them some love. Join their Patreon. They're amazing. They've got some great stuff. So you guys are starting, ironically, at the top of. How do I get you to place? Here. How do I ping?
You click and hold.
Oh.
There's also like, I think it's either Control Shift or Alt. It's always one of those three where you
Actually,
can
I prefer where you guys
redirect camera.
I like that.
I just loaded myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if you hold one of the different like function keys and do a ping, it will redirect all of our cameras to where you're pointing. Because I might not be looking at where you're pinging, right?
That's true.
Yeah. I don't know if it's Control, Alt, or Shift though. It might even be a combination. I don't remember.
Well, if I hit the wrong.
There's a lot of... Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Yep, that one. That was it. That was the one.
That was Shift. See, I'm
go.
learning. I'm learning.
Yeah, Roll20 has a ton of like weird hotkey functions that there's just absolutely no like intuitiveness to.
How do we get Darmita over here?
What do you mean?
Is she here?
I'm right here.
I don't see her token. Did you?
Oh, her token? I saw it earlier.
Oh, I moved maps. I think you'll have to reload it.
Oh, I don't know how.
I think you just drag and... What is that?
I'm just being a dick.
You just open up your
Journal.
and
This
then
is
you drag
gripping adventure of high adventure.
Drag it by the name, not by this image.
This part of the podcast is going to be really great. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
here's where they
Wonderful.
stop and talk to on Roll20 for 80 minutes. But you know what?
Yeah.
I, for one, blame coronavirus. All right.
Well, coronavirus's fault.
I see there's two of you.
Yeah.
Oh, I did too.
Oh,
All right.
I'll kill one of them.
Kill one of me.
Boom. That was
I'm going to
easy.
give myself a little background because I sort of blend in with the rocks.
Oh, you can do that? How do
There's
you
Pen or
Benkuhm.
The
Thank
aura
you.
settings are really
Yeah.
useful for
visuals.
like well, they're really good for radius effects, right? If you're like, I'm casting Spirit Guardians, it's 20-foot radius or whatever. Primo stuff. But I'm just using it as a 0-foot radius, and it just fills the background of the square.
Oh, that's cool. Nice hack.
Yeah.
I like it. It didn't do anything for Benkuhm. I don't know what I did. Learning.
Well, that's fine.
That's cool.
That's not
cool.
Benkuhm anyway. We can all agree.
No, that was the closest one I could find. That it was Benkuhmish. And this, by the way, is the closest that I could find for... oh, I guess I have their tokens. I could just upload.
I did include those, yeah.
You know what? I didn't make character sheets for them, so...
Yeah, I know. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll just use these for now. Sorry. And so Benkuhm and Johannes are side by side, not wanting to, like, not even for a second take each other's eyes off of each other. They really don't trust each other.
Worth asking. Magistrate, unconscious. How long is that lasting?
Well, he is awake now, as you set everybody down, and then Benkuhm looks at everyone and is about to knock him back unconscious.
Yeah, I mean, he should be at 1 hit point according to normal rules. Bob, okay, keep going.
So
not that that necessarily matters.
Are you guys happy to have him just knock him out?
Yeah. Unless, you know, you're hacking in some sort of permanent brain damage thing we got to worry about. I think that's fine.
Well, he's a
just give him a sap every
time
every few hours
moves. Yeah. So Benkuhm just bonk right on the top of the head. What? I jot his memory.
Huh.
And
pretty ambivalent.
Nice. Great.
And he just chucks him over his shoulder and hauls him along. Hey, is there a grouping option?
I think you can select more than one token. I mean, I can't, but
huzzah,
yeah, just
group. Know. There we go. Now I don't have to move him. So you guys are heading along up now. From what Darmita remembers, it is kind of further now. North is north on this map. So it is.
Does Darmita know the location we're going?
It is further east from where you are now, and that is actually a thing you can't walk through.
So she like recognizes the location as like a local landmark.
She has a pretty solid idea of where it is.
Yeah,
so
we've been like, it's a temple. Local people worship a succubus there. Yes. Weird, right? And she's like, yeah, totally, I know that place.
You've heard rumors. She might not be familiar with the actual temple itself, but you also do know that lots of creatures around this time of year do frequent these hills, especially as you move farther north. So right now you are here, and you need to go out and around and head off towards the top right. There is kind of where you're headed, unless you want to go someplace else.
Once I zoom out a lot, I'm not going to know what you're talking about. Okay, sure. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I'm not a big map user, so I don't really care. We go there. Huzzah! You know, like, whatever.
What? I think I grabbed the wrong thing. How did I do that?
It's great. Keep it.
Is there an undo button? There is, isn't there? There
Probably.
We go. Nope. Apparently. Nope. I thought I could. That is so annoying. All right.
It's fine.
There we go. So these guys are going to head around, and Benkuhm turns around and is like, hey, you guys coming?
Yeah, I'm not going to move my token.
Can I get everybody to do a perception check, please?
Oh, God. Perception?
In roll 20, first roll of the day. I believe how that works is you can either... Whoa, there they are.
Yes, 3! Yeah, I don't have my sheet set up yet. Otherwise, I would just click on perception. You'll note it rolls twice.
I only have my modifiers set up, or my skills set up.
That's all right.
You know, I picked those things.
For anyone new to
I don't know why it's rolling with advantage.
I was about to just say that, yeah. For anyone who doesn't use Roll20 and who's watching the stream and can see the rolls and everything, the default for the 5th edition, template or whatever you want to call it, it will roll twice, and the assumption is that you take the first unless you have advantage, in which case you take the better, or disadvantage, take the worst. So it just will always roll twice, and you'll just do that arithmetic yourself because it's pretty straightforward. But you can get it to just prompt you every time if you prefer. It's a choice. I personally find it's quite convenient to just say, yeah, just always roll twice. I know to only look at the first one.
Okay, that's cool.
So that's
Bela
a
got
preference thing.
the great old 5 there, and
What?
Gordon got...
No.
What's your
Oh, I got
modifier?
14.
That was a test roll from before.
Oh,
I got-
See how it says dexterity save?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So
So I've got an 18.
an 18
My
in total.
perception is a 14.
Nice. So Bela got 14. Darcy got... Man, you can't
I think
roll
I have
above a
5.
3.
I think I have
Online
a 5,
or
if I recall
offline.
correctly. I'm not looking at my character sheet right now, but I do recall that at 7th level, I got to take my first feat, and I said, I'm going to take Prodigy, and I could take Expertise and Perception, and that would be really, really good. I'd go from a +2 to a plus, 8 or something? And I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'll take Medicine instead. That'll
Of
come up.
course. Yep. Hey, medicine is pretty cool. I will
Well, I
say
wanted
this.
to play into this weird herbalist thing, so I took herbalism proficiency. No, I took poison proficiency. I took medicine, and I took a language, which I just recently spent on a giant because I didn't know what to do with.
Absolutely, got to learn their giant. At
so
which
yeah.
point, as part of your 3 perception roll there, and plus whatever you have, you're kind of muttering away, trying to remember what Billick, that was the ogre back at camp, had been trying
Yeah.
to teach you some basic phrases in giant, and you're just kind of muttering them away under your breath now that you can talk.
Yeah.
And that's why you're so distracted as you say, Brinda, which Billick was insisting had meant something like greetings, fair one.
I need to have a conversation with Benkuhm where I apologize and tell him that I was trying to learn giant from Billick.
So he turns around hearing you muttering Belka under your breath, and he looks furious at you.
I know, this keeps happening.
And he
People keep
kicks
telling
a
me I'm
stone in
saying
your
things.
direction. It misses, but he grunts. All right, so meanwhile, Bela with her 14 and Gordon with his 18. 18 definitely picks it up. Gordon, through the wind's kind of whistling through the rock pass ahead, and it's making kind of almost a sort of a hawk sound in the distance. But you hear a slight shuffle from somewhere behind you. You
Is it
hear,
me?
Gordon hears this as you turn your head and look back.
Yep.
All this nonsense is going on between Benkuhm and Seara, but you listen very intently. Your sense is keen to keep you alive all these years, and you can just barely pick out the rattle of a ring of steel kind of clicking against like the bridle of a horse. I don't know if the mic's picking that up. Just a little and the very soft little clop clop of hooves on stone.
Nice. Let's fight some hippogriffs.
So I whisper harshly to the others, "Shh, be alert. We're not alone."
You hear it kind of back in this direction towards the west from where you are.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Darmita, you definitely hear him say that. You didn't quite pick that up, but you heard his whisper, and Johannes hears him speak, draws his blades, and crouches down, kind of finds this nook over here. He scoots over and finds a nook. Like I said, you heard it from the west, which is pinging on the map, as you can see there. You are all aware of this.
Am I still too distracted, or can I be like,
No, you can.
I've been told about a thing. I can go now.
Yeah,
I'm aware of it. We're doing that thing.
Gordon let you know. Feel free to move, position yourselves. You get like 30 feet or so, whatever you want. 30 or 60.
Okay. It allowed me to take a look. Perhaps we can simply, get any animals to leave us alone as we travel on. I like to go over and approach as if I would a wild animal. As a cool druid person who's probably good at that.
All right. Go ahead and roll. Let's say just roll stealth.
Roll stealth? I mean, I'm not trying to sneak up on it.
Oh, okay. You're just kind of walking along.
I'm trying to approach it like you would a wild animal. Be
Okay. I thought you meant as a wild animal.
Right? Like animal handling or like survival or something.
Sure. You don't see anything yet. It's just
but
kind
like
of a sound
you hear something rustling in the bushes. How do you approach? Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's that.
Okay. So you kind of
that sort of outlander skill. I am an outlander.
There you go.
I have all the skills for the thing. I just don't have any stats. Or the ability to roll dice.
I am going to try to hide.
All right.
I should pull up my stats because I don't actually know I know I'm proficient.
I'll do the same thing. I'm gonna stealth.
Now you can climb. You can try to climb up this pass. Billick looks around half-hearted and like, this is great spot for it. No, that's Billick. Benkuhm. Benkuhm looks around and is like, this is great spot for ambush.
Mm-hmm. That's why you need to hide, Benkuhm, right now.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Go.
I do have animal handling. Okay. What would you like me to roll?
Benkuhm is just gonna move over here, leaving the and I keep moving one of them, and then I can't figure out how to not move one of them. All right, he's hiding over.
You said you grouped them.
I did, but now I need to ungroup. They're annoying. Benkuhm literally just unceremoniously drops the body of the magistrate behind a rock in this corner. At which point, as soon as Johannes sees that, he leaves his hiding spot and starts walking across. And like, you can't leave him alone. As he starts going over to cover him. At which point, stuff happens. So, the first thing.
Talk to a hippogriff.
Yep. The first thing that Darcy notices as as soon as Umbra de Seara rounds that corner, you see in front of you a couple of things at once. Number one.
I love multiple things.
Oh, that's not what I want. You see a person right there.
A person? That's not a horse at all.
Just behind them is a horse that has been tied to that tree, but I need to find a horse. Hold on.
You don't need to find a horse, it's fine.
I see now why Roll20 takes 8 days.
Just take the little draw tool and doodle a horse.
Well, only
Let me make you a horse.
Only because you asked. Horsey.
There you go.
There are
better.
several horses. There.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's 2. Each has their own little knight person.
So if you don't pick up, or I guess not pick up, but like if you don't finish a stroke, it'll all stay as one symbol, as if it was one like thing, right? It doesn't draw. It draws like vector based, not like bitmap. So it all stays as one item, and then you could drag it around. Whereas what you have here, you would end up dragging like the head, and then but you could group it apparently.
I'm not too worried about
that.
That's good to know for next time. But
yeah, sorry, I'm just dropping random stuff.
No, it's good.
I know things.
Yeah, I appreciate that you know things. So as you come around this corner, you see immediately you pick up 3 travelers, and they each have a horse kind of tucked in. There are 2 horses up they're all tied where that one horse is drawn.
Sure.
And then you can see them. One of them is very close to the horses, just off to your immediate right. Directly ahead is another person who's been standing there, kind of crouched down, like as if waiting, and just starting to get up. And then this third person is already standing. This person with a shield, sword already drawn. As you come around the corner, because you're not stealthing, they do see you immediately.
Yeah, and if they were, readying attacks, then they could take attacks. If not,
they weren't quite that ready. They'd heard a bit of chatter and got quiet, but they didn't get quiet in time.
Right.
All right.
So I look at it and I go, those are just people. That's not interesting. Except for the horses. Hi, horses.
The one that's closest to you steps forward and says, "Halt."
Oh, hello there. What is the... How do you do?
He turns back a little confused to the other two and says, "Does she match the description?" Yeah, pipe in at any point if anybody else. You can hear this conversation going on. You don't see them because it's in a bit of a nook. It's a bit of a pass there.
Who are you looking for? Perhaps I could help you.
Now, here's where I'm trying to remember if they saw you. I don't think they ever did.
I mean, I don't know who they are, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But I was a wolf a lot at the time,
actually,
so maybe not.
Here's the thing. You take
I thought you were a wolf now.
No, she's back to human form, or half-elf, half-drow form.
I missed that. Sorry.
So there are two knights visible, another person in robes, and then far down off to the left, just now stepping out of the shadows, walking forward, you see a person. You recognize him first with the red cloak.
Nice.
The others, you suddenly become aware of, like, oh, right. So when you were fleeing the magistrate's house, there were two knights. You didn't get a great look at them because you were in wolf form. But there was one...
my eyes aren't better in wolf form, definitely.
Well, I mean, you were busy carrying and running.
I was running.
And then turning into an octopus and then swimming. But you did actually remember getting a look out a window at one point at the person wearing the red cloak. He's changed his cloak. It used to be black. He's a lithe form, wearing now kind of fancy black etched chainmail, with a crest on his, an amulet on his chest of a starburst. And then the others have armor that indicates they are Knights of Pelor. And when I say knights, I mean knights.
Like paladin knights or like fighter knights? I guess I can't know. That's fine. Don't tell me.
All right. Meanwhile, the rest of you have heard this going on a little bit. What do you want to do? Darmita, anything? You were just kind of tucked in a corner up here.
Yeah. I'm wondering to myself who they're referring to, so I'm just gonna keep paying attention.
Sure. In fact, you look around and notice. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
I was gonna say, do you want like standing stealth checks?
Yeah, for anybody who's not Sarah.
It's like noon, right? Like we've only traveled for a little while. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's even earlier. Maybe it's like 11.
After the fight, you did take enough time to get a little ready, so it's probably about 1-ish, noonish. High sun, yeah.
You just tell me I had a rest. Is that what you just said?
You'd have had a long rest, but not since the battle.
You said you took a while to get ready, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you would have had a short rest after the last.
Didn't calculate.
Okay, I get all of my stuff back. Thank you, GM.
It's
Sorry.
+7. That's okay.
It's +7, and it didn't do a +7. I rolled a 13. It's only giving me a +1.
No, you rolled a 5 and got +7.
No, I did not.
On stealth?
I've got my hand over it, or I've got the thing over it. It was a 13 +1.
That's perception. That's your perception.
Oh,
stealth underneath.
Stealth is just below.
Oh, damn it.
There it is.
On the wrong
That's
one.
okay. So you heard it well, and you are somewhat stealth. You actually have advantage on stealth, but that still didn't help you, because it is your favorite terrain. So you're kind of tucked in here, and you kind of try to scramble up a little further onto this, about 5 feet up along a rock. But unfortunately, you hit a bit of loose patch, and a couple of stones fall down, giving away your possession. Maybe not. All right, Gordon.
This rogue homebrew is great. I gotta play. I mean, ranger homebrew is great. I gotta play a ranger in your setting sometime.
So I hear this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You can just remain kind of tucked out of the way down at the bottom.
Yeah, I'm gonna be tucked out of the way, hiding.
Sure.
Do you want me to roll stealth?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
So that's 8.
All right, so 8.
Great.
Also, you look around for somewhere to find, and you actually end up starting to move a little bit further south, at which point you're trying to listen and back away, and your foot kind of hits a rock, and you look behind you and you almost gasp, as this is actually a pretty steep fall directly over rough terrain directly behind you. It goes down about 30 feet. The pathway that you see kind of wrapping around, it's about 30 feet down to a path, a slope path. Now, just so you know, this does appear to connect if you could deal with this 30-foot drop and then go around and get behind them. Meanwhile, over just to your right, Johannes did not fare very well on his stealth roll either, as he finishes rushing over to the magistrate and clamps a hand over the magistrate's mouth just in case, forcing him to unconsciously say, "Urgh." And Benkuhm, rolling slightly better, but just kind of shambling, gets his hammer out. It's like, boat, boat, boat. I'm gonna boat. All right. So they don't seem to recognize you, Umbra, Seara, mostly because you were a wolf last time you saw them. So this guy walks up, presses between his knights, and walks right up to you in a rather intimidating, he owns the world kind of way, looks you up and down from 10 feet away, and turns back to the others. Search. I don't think she's alone. This knight presses past you. They seem to have dismissed you as a threat. I mean, you weigh all of, 90 pounds soaking wet?
Probably.
And
excuse me, what is your business here?
the big knight turns around as you lip up to him a little bit, and he tries to back you away, intimidating you into the corner. It's probably not going to work, but he's going to try. He rolled a 4, so I don't think...
Nice.
Yeah.
Would you like me to roll against him?
If you want to, you can, but I'm not going to... You can resist that, no problem. Do a willpower save.
Yeah. I'm just,
Roll a
commenting on
1.
rolls.
Roll a 1.
I can roll if you want me to.
Sure, yeah. It's
Just plus
possible
wisdom?
they could be in. Yeah, just wisdom save.
I guess I'd be proficient in saves. That sounds like a thing
Wisdom
I
or
have.
charisma. I would do either. You can just be like, beg your pardon?
Nat 20.
Nice.
What a good use of that 20. Because that's how odds work.
It actually works in reverse. He's like pushing his shield in like towards your space to intimidate you, and you just look at him, and the
Excuse me.
his hackles go up, the hair on the back of his neck bristles, and he's like, "Ugh," and he involuntarily takes a step back as he fails miserably to intimidate you. He looks back at the lithe figure in the red cloak. He's like, "Oh," as if waiting for orders.
Please, tell me your business. These mountains are my home. You are invaders unless you have some reason to be here.
These mountains fall under the authority of the Eye of Pelor, of whom I am a lieutenant. You are trespassing on our land, and you are here only at our behest. Please do not give me a reason to move you. Now, are you alone?
No, I have companions.
They must show themselves now, or my friend here might do something unpleasant to you.
I believe they have all moved on. It will be a little work for me to catch up, but it's nothing I cannot handle.
Who are they?
Excuse me?
I am searching for a handful of brigands. People who have taken something from me.
I travel with my sisters, the Desbracat.
Roll a deception check. It's sort of true. Persuasion would work too.
It's not true at all, actually. Okay, cool. So, deception. Let's roll another nat 20. I did it.
Wow.
Wow.
You called it too. Nice.
Nah, just always be confident. Sometimes you'll be right.
Nice. You got a 1 in 20 chance.
5%. Let's do it.
He turns around to the person who's sitting on the hill, the person in the robes back here, and says to her, he says, these hill folk, I do not have time for this. I hope your gamble was correct and that the magistrate was taken this way. The person on the hill says, yes, my lord. My visions were quite true. They were traveling this way.
I apologize. I did not mean to prevent your whatever you're doing. I thought I heard a hippogriff over here and wanted to see if I was right. But it seems to be just a mere horse, although they are quite a fine pair. Or power mate are.
He turns back to you. Stop talking. See what you can see. He calls to the other knight. This one walks up past you and out into this area over here somewhere.
Before he starts walking over, I would actually like to cast a spell.
Sure, yeah.
Sure. So I am going to subtly cast Misty Step.
Nice.
All right. So where do you want to leap to? I believe you can go 30 feet.
Yes. So 5, 10, 15, 20,
Now,
25.
you could get to the bottom of that little cliff if you wanted to. Yeah. The shadows just wrap themselves around you, and you, just like my microphone, reappearing. You immediately form at the bottom of the shadowy cliff face there. The path
Without a
leading
sound.
upwards without a sound, as this guy continues to walk his last 10 feet around the corner. Darmita, he looks up at you because you. I guess I'll roll. I'll keep it fair. He might not get.
Could just use a passive.
I could, but
16's
you know,
better.
I'm learning this. What was hers again? Hers was a 12, and he rolled a 16. So he definitely sees Darmita and he looks up at you. Hey, you, get down here. He's calling.
They didn't see me there, so I'm fine with that. I go down.
That's true, actually.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't see me or.
I mean, probably not. Who's to say?
Yeah.
Climbed over a fence.
So you come on down, and I found another one. Oh, one of your sisters, I suppose. He turns to Seara and says,
Yes. This is Fortuni Devara.
I'm keeping this rolling with that nat 20.
Can I start making my way over here quietly?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go ahead and move your 30. There's nothing.
When
we're
he
not-
says that, I'll just kind of do a really lame ass curtsy.
Nice. All right. I'm
I'm
not going to
surprised
make
you didn't move on.
I didn't want to leave you alone.
So you guys have moved a little bit further together as they kind of marshal you. This guy in the red cape turns around and says, all right, can you check in with the others and see if they've had any better luck? Nice. You can get another round of movement there. You're very lucky that Darmita was caught, because he probably would have seen Benkuhm, but you caught him just in time before you went around the corner. So they
Nice.
kind of marshal you together if you let them, and they're just keeping an eye on you both. As the red cloaked guy turns around and walks back, the the sitting one gets up and moves over to him, and they have a hushed conversation.
Do you mind if I speak with your horses?
They just ignore you.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go over there.
Okay, you start walking over. There you go. You get right up, and the one is just kind of looking at you, but you scared the shit out of him. So he takes a step forward to be like, okay, I'm not going to mess with your 2 natural 20s. They're just kind of writing you guys off as weirdos in the forest, hill people. Johannes sends a whisper, because that's one of his cantrips. He whispers to Darmita in your ear, and he says, "Say the word, and I will kill them all."
It's actually not. I asked him once in a session.
Oh, really? I thought message was one of
I
his.
explicitly asked him once because I was like, "Do you have this? Because if you don't, I'll always message you so you can reply."
Oh, damn.
I mean, maybe he
mind.
took it when he leveled up because it is a.
That would have been so cool.
He did get a new cantrip when he hit level 7. I remember.
Well, it's gonna be message. No, he probably wants something else. It might be. You never know.
Might be.
He whispers it to Benkuhm. Benkuhm is sitting there going like, "Do we kill them yet? Puny, worthless fighter."
This is amazing. You're role playing both halves of this conflict now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just move 15 more.
Yep.
It's stealthily. Do I have to roll stealth again?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I think your stealth is kind of... Yeah, you can roll stealth again. You're coming from a totally different angle.
Okay, 14.
That's better, actually. So far, so good. As you're moving that way, you do actually see... Hold on. You do see another person far, far off to the left who's just sitting there in true morally ambiguous fashion. He's pulling up his breeches and closing his robes. He picks up a staff and closes his purple robes and starts walking back across this way. He does not see your approach, but you are aware that he's there. He kind of stands here, flips open his large tome in his hand and starts flipping through it, looking up at the others, then looking back at his book, kind of uninterested.
Never carry a staff. It's a target on your back. You don't need that.
Right.
Let me just say, he's a caster.
Grr.
Cool.
All right. What do you guys want to do?
I would like to subtly start untying these horses.
Sure. Do a sleight of hand check.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm sure that'll go well. Oh man, this is great. Let's see, my dexterity.
You know what, Darcy? I'm just going to tell you this right now. Don't get my character killed tonight. One death of a PC in a week is more than my little ass can handle.
Cool.
So, rest in peace, Fenris. I loved you.
Oh no. Like legit death, not just like...
Yeah. I got necromanced.
Ooh.
I got murdered and then turned
post
into a zombie.
Was that Trent's game?
Yeah.
Oh. I may have to try and jump in on that someday if he's open.
Necromantic Warlock took me down.
Nice.
Dang! Not one! Yes!
Not one. You cannot... It's stuck, and you're like... You're trying to tug, and the horse starts kind of getting agitated at the fact that you're doing this, and...
Oh, can I make an animal handling check? Don't make them have the problem. It's just the sleight of hand.
At which point... you start pulling and just trying to get at one point you're like the buckle's stuck and you're not entirely certain how this happens, but one of the saddles just goes thump 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 thump. The horse is fine. The saddle is now on the ground and it is so not subtle.
Oh dear, I'm sorry. Oh.
These three turn around and be like,
Sure.
and they just look at you as you're doing this. I'm like,
Okay.
what is she doing? The kind of red cloak guy says.
I'm causing a distraction. Leave it alone. I don't say that. Sorry.
Please do. All right. So.
Okay. Well. All right.
But I'm trying to be nice to this horse. Like,
When I
didn't mean anything.
Like, get away from there.
I'm going to. All right. Let's do this.
This one here turns to the red cloak guy and goes, "I told you all these hill people are horse thieves and brigands."
Please, I'm not a horse thief.
Wow. I'm going to cast actually a spell.
Go for it. What do you want to do?
So I am going to use subtle spell to cast hold person on the mage, the caster.
This caster here. Nice.
Dang.
That's awesome.
Walk up behind him, slit his throat. All right, next. 1, 2, 3, we're done.
Absolutely. Nicely done. All of a sudden it stopped doing what I
Well,
wanted.
we'll see how nicely it's done.
Yeah, let's see.
It's wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Let me roll that real quick like. Ooh, DC 15?
Sorry?
What's your DC again?
DC's 15, yeah.
15. He rolled a 10. That is not going to be high enough. I think that ends up being a 13 or something. He
Something
is
like that,
held. He's just staring down at his book, totally unmoving.
Why can't they find me?
Sorry?
They can't find me.
You want me to ping you?
Yeah.
That's you. I think I can center the vision on you if you like.
You know what? I'm just gonna make my maps. There I am.
There you are.
Yeah, sometimes it's all about that zoom.
All right. So
Oh,
one
there.
of them is very subtly held. All right. What would you like to do, Darmita?
I see this.
Nope.
No.
No, nothing. They're all just giving Umbra to Seara a hard time. The horse whinnies and the red cloak guy walks forward and says, "Get away from there. Stand next to your sister before I have them lock you up in a prison that you would never get to leave."
And I'm gonna turn and be like, "You unhand my sister now."
All
Let
right.
me know when I can go again.
So far, nobody's doing anything. Umbra to Seara, you
probably-
staying put?
Got some
or-
reactions? Yeah. Apologies. I did not mean anything. I was told I could speak with your horses, and you would not mind.
Did you tell her that? She turns to the guard who's still, like, terrified of you. There's something in the way he's looking at you, like he just saw, like, it's like he looked into your eyes and saw a little glimpse of the shadowfell, like a little etching just hanging on, and he's just like, "Oh, sorry, my lord." As you kind of reapproach, I'm guessing. I don't want to force you.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
You're moving
So-
back and away from the horses?
Right where you had me before, that other
like
square.
right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, leave me there. I'll approach this person telling me to, walk away from the horses, but I'm not going past them.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so with this person held, I guess I surprised him.
Yep.
I am now going to use subtle and cast blight
On him?
on him.
Oh, and he can't even scream.
No.
No.
Oh,
You can save, right? It's a.
that is
You can save.
hardcore. I just
It's a
rolled the
con
save
save.
because
not
a,
like it's a
a
dex or
turn just
anything.
passed. So
Oh.
because a turn passed, he did try to resist the hold. He got a 4.
Makes sense.
So
Okay.
he's still held. So it's a con
Con
save?
save. It's a con save. Yeah.
Oh man, yikes! I think we're living up to our name. Oh, rolled
he did well.
a 17, so half damage on the blight. As
Right.
you extend your finger, and the shadows just darken around him, and the little wisps of shadowfell smoke / ash / snowfall start to fall and stick to him as he starts to burn and sizzle as the back of his head neck starts to blister and boil in contact.
Which one is this happening to? Can you ping him?
Sure. He is down into the kind of southwest.
Dang.
So half of that. So for those listening,
21.
Gord just rolled a 42, so he just took 21 damage. Yikes. All right.
I'm just trying to see, based on where I am right now, I would have seen that. Because I have a view
probably.
of both those men. from
Especially if
where
you walk a little closer in this sort of conversation about, you are approaching me being like, unhand them or whatever, right?
Because I'm guessing it's this guy right here.
No, it's not.
No.
No.
Further down
This
and
one?
to the left.
No, you probably don't see him.
It's off the map, yeah.
Here.
Yeah,
See, I'm
that's the
moving
one.
around right now.
You can sort of see the
And
edge of my ping, maybe.
There.
Oh, okay,
Way
I don't.
down.
Okay, so I don't see him. He's up on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, he walked away from the group to, relieve himself, as it were.
You guys have a way of catching people that way.
Right.
All right, so he took 21 damage and silence, absolute silence, because he can't move. I will, however, he does get a save to try and resist it on damage, I believe, right?
You already resisted the damage of 17, but you can use that 14 for your next paralysis save.
Absolutely. All right.
At this point, I'm going to.
Although I suppose that I probably would save, wouldn't it? Because it's, plus wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna.
I don't know.
No, his wisdom is not actually that great. So
but it
he
only
did
needs to be
not
one,
save.
so I wasn't sure if it was or not.
He did not actually save.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that is extremely painful. He is still standing, though. He is still alive. Sorry, as I'm doing this old school with books. The mage took for 21 damage. All right, in absolute silence. All right, next up, Umbra Seara, you want to keep?
Unidavara, I apologize for. Looks like we'll be held here for a while. These men seem to be on edge.
Alright.
And who are you going to Hunter's Mark, Bela? Or is that?
Yeah.
Who?
Does that have components?
Hunter's Mark?
Yeah. I mean, someone's going to see you doing that, right?
It's like, you take a bead. You.
Yeah.
Which one would you like to Hunter's Mark?
I would.
There's 2 knights.
I mean, I would
very
whisper
near you.
the spell. I'm not gonna say it very loudly. It's only vocal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
That's probably fine. Yeah.
I can just talk in like gibberish.
Yeah.
Like I'm, whatever.
You could just say it in a different language.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gibberish anyway, right? It's magic.
I will mark.
Which one do you want to mark?
Just trying to put my screen smaller so I could actually see the.
No problem.
There.
Take your time. Oh, the one right next to you. Absolutely. So he is going to be Hunter's marked.
And then I'm just going to move.
All right. So he's now Hunter's marked.
Suspicious. No, I'm just going to stay put for a minute.
Sure. And hold your action.
No.
Hunter's mark is a bonus.
Yeah, I know. I'll hold my action in case anything starts progressing into offensive.
Absolutely. And
what are you holding it to do?
Whip out your bow and start shooting?
Yeah.
Or okay. So you're just kind of ready. You don't quite have it ready, but you're kind of planning.
Right
you shrug
there.
your shoulder, you catch it, you have an arrow out before it. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I'm at this point. I think is it my turn now again?
Actually, Britta Sarah was talking. So yep.
Oh, he's just talking. Yep.
Okay. Back to Darcy.
I am continuing this conversation.
Okay.
I'm just literally having a conversation with these guys.
All right, on to Fenris.
All right. I'm a little bit annoyed that
he's still alive.
That he's still alive, to be bluntly honest. But I think it's time to kind of get this on. So I'm going to move here, I believe.
We're gonna fireball 3.
I'm going to cast Hound of Ill Omen as a bonus action.
Sure. Where do you want to put your hound? And do you have access to drop a hound on here, or should I do that?
You should have access. You added the journal, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that the hound? That is so subtle. Wow.
Yeah. So that's next to him.
Shadow hound.
Yes. And as an action, now I am going to cast Fireball.
Nice.
I'm going to cast it. I'm going to cast it in between, so I don't know how I can ping.
Just so those who
You
are
click and hold
watching,
if you want to ping. Yeah.
this
But
is his Hound of Ill Omen right there, just hiding in the shadows. It literally steps out of a shadow. Very shadowfell theme.
But if I can, so let me just say, if I did it here, 5, 10, 15, it should get just miss Seara and just miss my Hound.
Yeah, I believe so.
Let's see, where is the ruler tool?
Learning, nothing more than learning. It's all about the roll 20. Yep.
20 radius.
20 radius? It would actually, you would need to move it a little further back.
Yep.
Or it will hit Seara from where you're currently sitting.
So it's definitely going to hit your wolf or hound.
Yeah. That'll 5, 10, 15, 20 will still hit Seara. There. You'd have
You'll
to
still hit Seara?
The measuring is a bit weird in Roll20, honestly, right? Because
Yeah.
it just sort of snaps to different things. I think there's a way of changing. Let me take a look.
I think right there
Yeah,
would be
you
your
can
best
do
bet.
it without
Tell you
So
what.
this is a bit more accurate, right?
Yeah. I'll tell you
can
what.
do no snapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just turned it off. You can see the arrow I'm drawing, right?
Yeah.
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 I will tell you what, though, Gord, you are going to have to roll an intelligence check to do a quick calculation and be like, wait, if I put it there. Yeah, I'm mean like that.
Okay.
Ain't that always the way where it's just like
It's going
we
to land
spend
exactly
like
where I
5
want
minutes trying to figure out where it should be, and then the character can just do it.
do it in my head. Okay. So roll in
that's 17.
17. That's enough. Yep. So you're good.
So I'm just gonna do it just enough that I can get the 3, including
right.
the mage. Yeah.
So this is fairly quick succession. Here's what happens. Your Hound of Ill Omen steps out of the shadows and brushes against the legs of the held mage. And you can just hear this high pitch. And then you summon your fireball, and everyone else, the only warning you get is the sound of the streak shooting out from his hand. At the exact same time, though, I'm a little timey-wimey with it. The mage lets out a "Reload!" as he finally succeeds his save.
Oh, he's at disadvantage though.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Is that true for the ongoing effects or just the initial?
Ongoing effects.
All right. Well, with the disadvantage, that's a 3. So he would have said, "My lord." It would have been the last words he ever said, but unfortunately, he did not get the chance. So go ahead.
Probably the last words.
Yeah. So all you hear is the of the fireball going out.
And does that kick off my...
It will.
I think you get to decide.
Go ahead and roll your damage. I'm going to roll some dex saves here.
Sure. Before I do that, I'm gonna roll initiative for the Hound of Ill Omen. And he rolled a 7. Not great. Okay. Let's see. 8. Let's see the damage.
Oh. You're all seeing these rolls of mine, right? I didn't roll above a 10. Those are awful. None of them saved. They all take full damage.
Great.
You can only reroll one of those, can't you? That's not very many.
2 attacks.
All right.
Wow, that's really high rolling.
86. Is that fireball damage?
Yes.
Oh wow, I thought it was 66.
No.
Fair enough. I don't know.
Oh,
I've never cast
damage.
Fireball.
The fireball streaks out. I wish I could do that, the visual, but it just... Oh, wait, hold on. I have something that'll sort of do. I did actually roll in that one, too, so let me see if I can find this. Come on. When I want it, I can never find it. It's always in the way when I don't want it. Hold on, let's see if I can... I have an explosion effect. I can't find it right now. I'll do it later, in post.
Okay.
All right.
Boom. That's not right.
It just goes
That's
off.
not a circle.
Roasts. This person is just burnt, like thrown 20 feet away, land in a pile of ash. Like their clothes are burnt away, their face is burnt off, they are a cinder. They are done.
Change that to red. There we go.
Nice. Close enough. The knight. Sorry, guys. This is going a little slow.
Roll 20 on a budget.
The knight also did not save and took 35 damage. He is thrown, just for fun, this way.
To me? Oh, that guy.
This guy is thrown a little ways away, knocked to one knee. His shield did absorb some of it. He is still alive, but he is badly burnt. The side of his face is just half liquefying, but he is still alive. He's going to be like the Hound later. This big guy gets thrown into Umbra de Seara, and kind of braces himself on you, and his hair and all of his cloak is just singed, and he looks up at you, and as he looks at you, his visage just shifts, and you see just red skin, black eyes, the disguise dropping as his true form of a Cambion, also a Cambion, is revealed. The lieutenant, the Eye of Pelor. And he looks up at you and says, "Deceiver." All right.
So I get my...
Yeah, you get your attack off, Darmita.
Yeah. So, because... Question. This would be my first attack. And I have Dread Ambusher as a Gloomstalker.
Yep.
So I get 3 attacks.
Oh.
My first attack.
Do it
That's
up.
correct.
Your hunter's mark is the guy in the green. The other knight there is pretty burnt up.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's first attack or first round in combat, but either way, I think this should count as the first round.
Yeah, this counts as your first round.
Just a point of order. Is the mage still alive?
This is the guy
no. The mage is done.
Did the Hound get hit by the fire? Because I thought it couldn't hit. I thought it had hit one of the two of us, but I could be wrong.
Well, if it hits someone, it'll hit the Hound, because now he's disappearing.
Well, the
Hound's disappearing anyway.
So
That's fair.
in the blast of the flame, the Hound reaches up and just grabs onto the mage, who has been locked tight, and just pulls him back, and the shadows just take them both.
1 for 1. I'm taking
Very
this
nice.
one.
That's
All right.
my chew toy.
So I'm going to...
Yep, and just post. We don't have time for post. Do it live. Yes, that's true. We absolutely don't. But I've been doing more recorded stuff lately.
I'll do it post.
We'll do it. Fix it in post.
Sorry, I just got to make a modification to this attack bonus.
No problem.
And then I am ready.
All right. So go ahead and make your 3 attacks, Darmita.
First, second, third. Well, God,
Now, where are you?
Damn.
What's the spread here? Who are you attacking?
God, all him.
All on the same guy? Nice.
Well, I
All
mean,
3
I guess
hit.
it depends.
Well, if he goes down, you'll change.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes down with the first 2, then I wouldn't be stupid enough to just leave it with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would move it. So, and the last one gets a extra D8 to the damage.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So tabulate all that damage for me.
So there's 1.
And you get the hunter's mark damage as well.
That's correct.
That's a lot of just.
There's 2.
Oh man.
So let's see. So this is, it looks like 12.
So 12 for the first, 8 for the second.
Yeah, I don't know why it did it different. So let's do the hunter's mark and just see what happens.
Yeah, those would be D6s, right?
1, 2.
Oh,
Not very good on those.
no. That's 23. And you still have 1 more attack, I believe.
All right. Well, I made that one.
Oh, you did. Well, no, I mean
Yeah.
the damage for
It was a... Okay. That's...
Ooh. So that is 35
another
damage.
12 plus...
Oh, and
another-
Hunter's Mark, yep.
Well, a hunter's mark.
Or is that just
Plus-
1 per turn?
No, no.
No, it's
No,
every
all
each time.
It's really
Nice.
good.
Nice.
And don't forget, I
Oh, and
need
the
to
D8.
roll one of these.
Nice. Oh, that is 40 points of damage in a single round. Just unload three shots into the chest of this, well, around the armor plates, into the knight that you have marked here.
Down?
He's still standing, and he looks so surprised. Just looks down at the three wooden shafts protruding from the holes in the armor, and looks up at you, and just looks like, and starts moving forward. But that's gonna be on his turn. All right.
I still get a movement.
You do. Where do you want to go?
That was a held action. Right?
Oh, it was a held
right.
action.
Yeah. So your movement is done. You're right. All right. Now, oddly enough, at this point, we're gonna need some initiative just to keep things a little timed. So,
Sure.
a little late in the game, but roll initiative.
I mean, that's my favorite kind of combat. Is this like weird dynamic like. I'm gonna roleplay this conversation. You're sneaking around the back. Like it's some good stuff.
Yeah, it's also I'm counting it all as like surprise round.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys rolled super well.
21 because I haven't figured out how to add my stats.
All right.
You can do it manually.
How do you do that?
You can go into the icon, like over where it says core bio spells, and then there's a little cogwheel. You can go in there and you can modify things. So like I had to modify my initiative mod because I have
Wisdom.
Yeah, the wisdom for Gloomstalker. I get a +1 with my wisdom modifier, so I had to up it to 5. So I just put an extra mod in.
Just a little side note, Gord, you genius bastard, you. you doing that step around and sneaking up on the mage just totally changed this encounter. I was like, oh no,
Mages are
is this
bitches.
TPK? Is this too much? And then you just like, you're not gonna talk, you're not gonna move, you're gonna melt. No, you're still alive. Fireball, like that was so like huge. Anyway,
Good
all right
job.
then. Never let the shadow sorcerer go first. That's what I'm learning. All right.
Yeah.
And 25 on Bela. Sorry, I didn't see that until just now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bela. Then we have, who was 19? Was that Gord?
21.
21 for Gord. I'm just using your wrong name. Sorry, guys. And 17 for Umbra de Seara. All right. So, Bela. Sorry, Darmita.
I go by both. It's all good. So I'm just gonna look at him, a little annoyed that didn't kill him. Like, come on, I'm better than this. By the way, I did 3 less damage than I should have in that because I actually have a +5 to damage. And on this sheet, it only gives me a +4 to damage.
Oh, okay.
So, just a mental note about that.
Oh, +1 because it's a +1 bow. That's what you mean.
Yeah, well, I don't have time to figure out where it comes from. I'm just looking at my D&D Beyond, which is calculated with all of my Gloomstalker stuff, so something is there.
No
The
problem.
interesting thing about how this is set up is that the word longbow +1 in your attack roll, you can just click on it and it does the...
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you are doing that. I thought it replaced the longbow +1 text. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Cool. I wasn't sure.
So first hit is a 28.
Oof. Yeah, that hits.
So, that's 7 piercing.
Okay. That's
So
sorry.
that
This
is
is still on
planning
the
plus
same
5.
guy, right?
Plus 8 piercing on the same guy.
All right, 40. So another arrow just
So
into him.
why is that 8?
Because of the +1.
Hunter's mark.
Yeah, it is. It's 1 + 4 + 1.
All right.
Oh,
It
is
super
it?
doesn't matter,
Okay.
but yeah.
Yeah.
It was adding it. Because here in my sheet, it only says that it's adding 1d8 plus 4.
Oh, okay.
Right, because the other one's going to come in. I don't know.
Either way. Anyway. Okay, so it's 6, 7 then.
All right. So another arrow sinks into this poor knight of Pella who's like still standing. Yeah, still standing.
Wow.
They're tough.
All right.
And they're wearing like plate mail, by the way.
That's always a fun thing to say.
Next.
Oh, by the way, they were wearing armor the whole time.
They're wearing a lot of armor. No, when I say knight, I mean that
That's
literally.
another 9, 10, 11 piercing.
Okay. Wow.
11 more piercing does it as he takes one step towards you, just raising his sword, and then just literally drops the blade before the arm goes down. It clambers against the rock behind him as he crumples and falls. No more. All right.
I am pretty certain he saw or heard that.
Oh yeah, there's another knight sitting right next to you.
Yeah.
He's a bit burnt.
You do have move.
10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to go here.
Okay.
And before I walk away, I'll bonus action Hunter's Mark on him.
Nice.
That makes sense.
Nice.
Because my guess is he's coming after me, so I'm just going to pepper his ass.
Yep, that's fair. All right, so he's now Hunter's marked. All right, next in the order, Fenris.
Right. I can see the one on Seara, right?
Yeah.
From here?
You have revealed your position, by the way, in that giant hole thing. It's hard to be subtle with a fireball.
I suppose it is hard to be subtle with the fireball, but you know what?
That might be the episode title. I'm just saying.
I don't think he is revealed, honestly, but that could just be me. Like, obviously something is over there, but
yeah. It was like
I know
you hear the whistle of the flame. Yeah.
Like, I know facing's not a rule in 5th edition, but this guy is like fallen into my arms, and I only need to resolve that scene before he gets to turn around.
Yeah. Well, he glances, he's thrown into you, and then Deceiver glances behind him, sees Gord.
Yeah.
Or not Gord, sorry, Fenris.
Fenris.
Revealed,
Okay.
leaning against the stone.
Now, when he got hit by the fireball, though, did it look like he resisted it at all?
His clothing got burned up pretty bad. He doesn't look to be too badly damaged at the moment. Maybe he was on the edge of it. It's a bit hard to. Oh, actually, he's not being subtle anymore. His disguise is dropped.
That's really the question.
He
right?
is
like,
a Cambion.
Is it obvious to other people, or can I just see it? Because I'm like,
no, you can see like whatever was his disguise is sort of melted away, and he is revealed as a Cambion, a devil/human hybrid, the offspring of a devil and a mortal, a twisted entity.
Okay.
Devil-human hybrid. You described that as both the offspring of a devil and a human.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what a Cambion is.
Right. I am going to, as my bonus action, I am going to convert two of my first level spell slots into sorcery points.
Okay.
Reverse.
Okay.
Sorcery points into spell slots.
Yeah, and then I'm going to.
So you reach up and kind of pull shadows out of your chest.
Yeah.
And they coalesce around your hands. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm running low on spell slots, and I'm going to cast. What's the range of hold person?
I think it's 60 feet.
60 feet.
Sounds right.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Yeah, he's about 45 feet away. 50
we're
feet.
pretty cramped here.
Yeah. Okay, hold person.
On the red cloak? Well,
Red
formerly
cloak.
Red Cloak on the Cambion.
Yeah, DC 15.
I am doing such important work with Roll20 of turning him red.
He was already red. It's fine.
Sorry. These are the reasons why I don't like doing things in post. Oh, that was that. Oh, that's awful. One sec. I just need to check something real fast.
Sure.
Along with his resistances. Sorry. Exciting stuff.
Does he have spell resistance?
That's what I'm checking.
I mean, obviously, like, technically, he's
Magistrate.
immune to the spell. We've talked about this, but, you know, we've done it in the previous sessions, so why change it now?
Sorry, what happened last time?
Oh, no.
He's a fiend.
He is a fiend. Oh, I see what you
the-
mean.
But
the
obviously, we have
magistrate.
established precedent,
Yeah,
so...
I
no
have
reason
said
to change
that you
that now.
could, because he's a humanoid fiend. You're holding the human side of him, I believe I said last
I
time.
do think dual typing should be a thing.
Okay, so he's held.
He is held. Nicely done. All right, and that is your turn, I believe. I'm just playing with auras just to show that he's held. Umbra, I'm just going to move him so he's not on top of you. All right, coming up next is him. So, none too pleased about this, as he's just held, and he's actually got his hands on Umbra Sarah's shoulders as he's pushing away from her, and he's just like... You can see the fury in his eyes, and we'll see, and that's his turn, so he will see if he can shake it.
Probably
That is
not.
probably not going to do his wisdom, right?
Yep. 15.
Oh, that is not enough. He is held. You are one lucky son of a... All right, next up is...
You just kind of see the shadows, like a shadowy, like tendrils just swirling around him, holding him in place.
Nice. Umbra Sarah, it's your turn.
You appear to be under attack. What is going on here? Who is after you?
He doesn't
And
respond.
he can't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is...
That's it. Yep.
Okay.
That's it?
Now,
Okay.
you technically he's grappling you. You could step away from that if you want to.
Oh,
or you
okay.
can just...
I will grapple him. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna grapple him instead. Like
I'll
grab
grapple
onto
him.
him. Okay.
He like falls on me, and I grab him as he falls.
Sure,
Like,
I'm gonna give you,
steady there, and then I'm like, wait, you're under attack.
Sure,
Who
you
is
just
after you?
pull him close and hold
Like I'm
him
holding
tight.
him. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. I'm gonna count that as auto grappled.
It does because he's paralyzed. He cannot make strength saves.
So you cannot do anything right now. All right. Next up.
It wouldn't be a strength save, but whatever.
Anything else as a bonus action, Umbra Sarah?
I turn to a wolf and eat him. No, I don't do that. I'm fine.
You could.
Yeah.
All right. Night number 1 is gone. We're down to night number 2. He glances over at his commanding officer, seeing it, no response. Looks back at the smoldering ruin that is a small crater over here. Then looks back at the person who just peppered his friend with arrows. Darmita, I'm going to give you a free intimidation check.
Okay.
That seems fair.
Let me just intimidation.
Ooh.
Ooh. You
Failed.
unfortunately don't have advantage, but yeah, that didn't work.
Too bad, because
Um,
that would be really awesome. But yeah, no, it's a fail.
You appear to be
fail.
the only one who's really a threat right now, to him anyway, so he goes
Yeah.
running at you 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
That was
30.
a stupid move on his part.
Gets right
Yeah.
up on your grill and takes a swing at you. Oops, I'm on the wrong page. In the momento. There we go. Ooh, that's a pretty good swing. I believe he gets 2 attacks.
Why not?
Okay.
We're level 7. Monsters probably should.
Oh.
That one?
Nat 1 on the second
Yeah.
one. And as you remember, in my games, Nat 1s mean something. So we'll resolve that in a second, but the first one definitely hits. That's a 20 to hit.
Oh yeah, 16.
All right, and you're going to take 2d6 plus 3. So 10 damage to you, Darmita, as he swings his... It doesn't look like it in the mini, but he's got a sword.
Sure.
Slashing away at Darmita there. The second one, he raises it back up again to take another swing at you, and you're not sure. Maybe it's just dumb luck or what, but the tip of the sword catches on a little brush that's right behind you, and it's just enough to slow it and pivot it, so he actually ends up losing his grip on his sword. It clangs to the ground beside him. Still got his shield, though.
All right.
All right. Next up, it might have also been the fact that a giant Goliath and an extremely lithe, angry assassin bard come charging around the corner at just this moment.
Whatever happened to staying with the guy? Come on.
Oh yeah, I'm okay.
What you guys didn't see is back there, as they're like, Johannes is like, I think they've got this. Let's give them a chance. And Benkuhm's like, but I want to crush. And Johannes is like, there are more ways than just slaying. He's like, says the person who can't slay.
Yeah, I
like-
can definitely imagine
and
this
Johannes is-
conversation the whole time.
And Johannes is just like, I can too slay. And he's like, no, you can't. Yes, I can. Prove it. Fine. And so they're both like, charge out there trying to prove themselves.
Yeah, that's a good little just like, meanwhile.
Yeah, that's as close as they get. However, so Johannes is brandishing swirling blades, and Benkuhm's got that giant maul in one hand. In his left hand, he lets go with his right and goes whoosh, a chain dragging out behind him. The rest of the chain wrapped tight around his arm. He grips now the 15-foot chain with one hand and lashes out at that knight that is right in front of you with his 15-foot reach.
Yeah.
And misses. The heavy chain with the edges of it all spiked, and it almost slithers on its own power, slams into the dirt, startling the knight. And you know what I will do? I am going to let him do this. It missed him, but it hits his sword and goes because it's got a mind of its own. So it ends up grappling his sword. Doesn't move it, but it's just right there. All right, next up.
Does he get 2 attacks?
Benkuhm?
Yeah, why wouldn't he?
Yeah, I guess he probably would, wouldn't he?
I thought he did.
And rolls a nat 20.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, it does.
So he...
Sorry.
So what he does instead, actually, is he just pulls back the chain, and it's gripping the sword, and the whole thing just retracts, and he now has the guy's sword. He doesn't do damage, but he has successfully disarmed him.
Sure.
Okay.
The sword
I'm
clanging.
disappointed.
Oh, sorry.
I'm a little disappointed because that would have been great damage.
If he was here, also I was quickly doing the math. I'm like, I don't know if his new chain attack is a 2 attack, or you know what I mean?
I mean,
He's out of melee range by about 5 feet.
It would if it's an attack, he gets 2, right? I don't think barbarians exclusively get melee attacks.
That's true.
But debatably, he's not proficient. I would argue that.
That's true. And meanwhile, Johannes.
I just spend a plot point to have something cool happen there, though. I can't think of anything
Yeah,
interesting
do it.
right now, though. But I'd love to.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, any viewers are welcome to spend plot points too. If you get the rule of cool, anything interesting to do with this guy.
But we might miss it because we don't have the chat open.
I'm watching it over on the side here, so Yaofen and anybody else who wants to jump in. Our barbarian just got a nat 20. What do you want me to do with it? He's got a sword on a chain. wrapped around his arm. We'll come back to that in just a second. Meanwhile, Johannes utters some words in Undercommon, and this knight is like, "Oh, but my mom," as he finally, successfully, viciously mocks him.
He doesn't know Undercommon, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Good to know. And
There's few things I know, but that's one of them.
and does
that was
2
Elvish,
whole
yeah.
damage. But he's at disadvantage on his next attack. All right, next up, top of the order, Darmita. You're base to base.
Yeah. I am going to make my thing smaller.
You don't have crossbow expert, do you?
No.
Okay.
All right.
I'm using a longbow anyway.
Yaofen's spending the plot point there. Microburst with lightning strikes. So the Goliath Barbarian just heaves on the sword, and it causes these drags along the stone, causing these sparks. And as a result, I'm just gonna say it does base sword damage, but the sword, somehow as he pulls it away, this devilish pact that he's made with this chain devil entity which is attached to his arm somehow causes these little tiny bursts along where the chain is hit, causing base sword damage of 3 damage to our knight. So that ain't too
And I'd like to add a rider that he can't take reactions.
That's fair. Absolutely. Very much shocking hands kind of style. I
Totally,
love it.
Yeah.
I
That's
love
what
it.
I was going to do if they had not spent that plot point themselves.
He's at disadvantage from the viciously mockery, and he can't take reactions. All right, which means
does that mean I have
Darmita, you get to
advantage
run
on
away without any problem. You don't have advantage on your attack, but he doesn't
Okay.
get an opportunity attack on you.
All right.
But you would get advantage if you attack the Cambion.
That's true, but I don't know if you...
I can't get to the Cambion.
Don't really have line of sight at very least. You could get line of sight, but you don't have it right now.
Yeah, you're just
well,
a
I
little
was
blocked.
here.
You were... you were here, so you would see the Cambion from where you are now. If you moved 1 up, I would allow it.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Yeah, you would have seen that was a thing.
Or
happening
even if you
before
went back,
moved, yeah.
even if you
Yeah,
went
you
back
could
to-
move 1 and then back.
Yeah, you could move
Eh,
back on the diagonal.
you know what? I wouldn't because my hunter's
Okay.
mark's on him.
That's fine.
Okay.
She's
cool.
focused on
And the
dropping.
2 of you are dealing with him, so I'm fine with that.
Well, I don't know if Sarah's really dealing with him, but we'll find out.
Yeah,
Alright.
we'll find out.
Find out in a sec.
So, that's gonna be 2 attacks.
Sure. Roll them up.
That is a thing.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
And not nice.
Yeah.
No.
1 hits. Roll the damage on the 1 shot.
Yeah, that was a critical fail.
Mm.
Yeah.
11 damage. Oh, oh, he is so rough. You shoot, and then the arrow actually goes, hits him in the side of the, like it's got a helm, but it's up a little bit. You hit him in the side of the jaw right here. The arrow goes right through, probably piercing his tongue, sticking out the other side.
That's awesome. It's like one of those nose rings that goes,
Yeah.
like the spike
But
that
it's-
goes all the way out, but it's through his cheeks.
It's just in front of the jawbone, though, and he turns,
awesome.
blood pouring out of his mouth. He's like, "Ugh." He's still up, but he's got this grievous face wound. All right.
And what happens with my second?
Oh, with your second one, you're just like rapid fire with the arrows, and unfortunately, you just slip as you bring the second arrow out, and it clatters against the bow and then falls against the ground. So you just drop the arrow. You don't drop the bow. You just don't get
Okay.
your second shot off very effectively.
Ooh.
Wait, I'm not gonna break a bowstring every time. All right, this is, by the way, for you murderous sons of bitches, this music that I'm listening to is just way too epic. So I gotta pick something a little bit more.
I wish I could hear it.
Yeah, you could tune into the stream, but you'd hear all my voices.
There you go.
There, this is a little bit
Yeah,
more.
it would be weird to hear myself.
yeah.
To hear myself.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
All right, this is much more like you guys, a little more shifty. All right, next up, Fenris.
Seara, finish him or bind him. And I am going to cast Chill Touch.
Which one?
Chill Touch?
Oh,
It's a
Chill
cantrip.
Touch. Right. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So a spectral, ghostly hand reaches out to the back of the cambion as it's held.
So it's a ranged spell attack.
Yep. And probably doesn't hurt it. It makes contact, but...
It's to hit it, so when I do it at advantage.
Oh, that's
just-
true. That is true. He does have advantage. And rolled worse. That was a 10 and a 9. So
Well,
unfortunately...
So it's a 17.
17 does not hit.
Okay.
Cambions are interesting that way.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I miss.
Unfortunately, it does not have any effect. It does... Technically, it does make contact, but it does not seem to have any effect as it's grasping at the ash that was his cloak, and it like starts to crumble away, and the hand kind of, oh, I gotta go a little further.
Right.
All right, anything else? Bonus action?
You know what? No. I will hold.
Okay. All right, next up is the Cambion. I am rolling like garbage. Oh, that is so awful. All right, he's still held. Rage in his eyes, his muscles locked tight. Next up, you guys are bad. Next up is that poor beleaguered knight who knows that he is about to die. Looks at the giant barbarian, at the approaching assassin blade bard, and then charges at the person who is probably his doom. Takes a step towards Darmita and takes
That
another
was stupid.
another couple swings.
That just signed his death warrant.
I mean, it was already signed.
It was already
Didn't change
signed.
anything.
And he, drawing a dagger, because he's been disarmed, he draws a dagger and takes 2 slashes at you, both of which you easily evade. And you can hear him muttering under his breath, "For the Eye of Valor, for the Empire, finish me with honor." Of course,
Okay.
because he's got an arrow through his face, it sounds more like Empire. Okay. Next up is Benkuhm and Johannes. I don't know if you can see this on the map.
Oh my
It
god.
does not look good for that poor knight. Just a maul comes slamming down at the exact same time as 2 scimitars go slashing through his legs as the maul slams down on his head. And Darmita, you are next. Do you want to get in on this?
Why am I next?
Yeah,
we're
you
back at
skipped
the
me.
top of. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped you. I'm sorry.
So as Benkuhm walks up to smash down there,
Yeah.
I yell out to him, and I'm gonna spend a plot point.
Yeah.
Benkuhm, chain now, if you please. And I just like hold out my arm, and he like throws out his, and the chain coils off of it, and I like catch it and wrap it around this guy.
Well done. Nice.
Nice.
And I'll gladly take some damage for that because it's a weird big spike chain. as
Actually, I'm gonna get you to do a wisdom saving throw.
well. Okay, dope. I'm good at those, probably. That sounds like a thing I'd be good at. I might not be because I think Warlock's my level 1. It's not Druid, so I could be wrong. We're gonna say 5 for now, and I'll double check. It's nat 1, so it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Ooh.
No, that's good. That's a good thing. Now I get to be like possessed by a demon.
No, it just means you take full damage.
Okay, whatever. You're boring, GM. You're boring.
Well, so far that's what happens, and I rolled 2 2s, so you take
Woo!
a total of 7 damage as you extend your hand and the chain leaps out. It doesn't wrap around you so much as bites into the center of the palm of your hand, the broken end of it just chomping in, the rest of it coiling around and backwards towards your neck like a python with a snap on and then a coil around as it tries to pull its prey in. The whole, I think it was a 40-foot chain.
Yeah, it was something like
Mentioned as being something
wrapping
pretty long, yeah.
up the length of your arm and starting to get up towards your neck and face. It is on you. You have it.
Great.
Whether you have control of it or not.
Well, I used to tie this guy up who's paralyzed.
All right, so go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Sure, why not?
You have advantage because... actually, you had advantage. He's paralyzed as you're binding, but the chain is resisting you as you go, so you lose advantage. So it's just a straight roll.
Cool. Cool. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure I'm at like a 3 to this or something. My athletics 3, yeah. All right, it's just straight roll.
Straight roll.
11.
Not bad. And he is...
Not bad.
I mean, the Cambion is held.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I'm also
he's
still
not
grappling him,
going to resist.
so-
Yeah, absolutely. So you manage to like pull the chain off of you very slowly, and it's almost like pulling something that's very rusted. The weird thing is that it seems
I wouldn't
to move,
mind
but it
wrapping
doesn't
him
move.
in the chain while keeping it on me. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so you don't get it all the way off. It's still wrapped a little bit around your wrist, and you just start to
This is
bind
like
it.
handcuffing yourself to somebody.
Absolutely.
You know, that whole thing.
Yeah, we've come full circle now. As you start to loop the chain around his arms and hands, it holds fast, both against your own wrist and against him, as though it was extremely long, rusted. It's weird when it moves. It only moves a little bit more than it should. It's a very slight slither to it. It doesn't snake out on its own totally, but it does resist and seem to have a will of its own, and it is quite content to bind, to
That's
bite.
what I was wondering, right? I don't have control over it. Maybe it wants to bind.
Oh, it definitely does.
And
All
I
right,
just
so
say,
the Cambion...
Apologies, sir. There's nothing personal.
All right. Now, Darmita gets to describe how she finishes this poor bastard knight.
Yeah, that guy's dead.
Yeah.
This guy's just a guy, right?
Or you can just watch it if you want.
Nope. I'm gonna move.
Just stand there, cross your arms, just like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna watch you die. I'm not gonna do anything. That's a good move.
Actually, I'm gonna move to here.
All right.
Oh,
Very
goddammit, I
dreamless
gotta
you tiger.
turn off
Sorry.
Sorry, I gotta turn off this.
To here or here?
I'm not seeing any pings.
I'm gonna move here. Well, right here.
Oh, okay. Yep.
That still gets me out of melee.
Yes, it does.
He can take the opportunity.
He does. It may be his last action. That's going to be 5 damage as he finally gets a slash in with you with his
I guess their
dagger.
turn must have come up again. I didn't see it, but I guess it must have, because otherwise, yeah.
And when he slashes me, I just look at him with this kind of look, and smile, like this kind of wicked smile, and then I attack. Let's see how that goes.
You
for
show
me.
him a little bit of your fallen angel.
Yeah, I really should, you know.
I save it.
I'm
We
good.
might have to fight a succubus, like legit.
Yeah, I know.
We haven't been talking about it, but we might have to fight her, like legitimately.
So, you know, I am saving it.
Oh,
But
man.
it'd be fun.
All right. Make your... Oh, that hit. Yeah, that hits. You have advantage, yeah. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Yeah, do I?
Nope.
Sure, why not?
Oh, actually, no, you don't. Sorry. But you do hit.
I had advantage last time.
He has... Technically, he has pretty much been defeated.
Yeah.
12 damage. I don't hit him with the second one, though, right?
No,
14?
just the first one.
So that's
Definitely.
12.
He has dropped his shield.
Nice.
And is almost prone. Not quite.
Oh yeah,
prone,
I see him
but
as
almost.
cowering, like, oh no. Ah.
Actually, he's trying to fight through to the end, but he knows
And
it's
14
over.
still doesn't hit him?
14 misses. 15.
Wow.
Actually, strictly speaking, 15 just misses him as well. You know what he does? He actually just at the last second brings his shield up and like doesn't use the shields to guard like this. He literally hits the arrow out of the air, Aragorn style, just swinging his shield like this. And he looks up at you and he's like, we're gonna kill all of you freaks and all you pagans, and you are gonna fall before the eye of Bela.
Oh, come on.
The arrow is
shoot him
still
in the
stuck
face.
through.
Let me shoot him again in the face. Come on.
Well, we'll see if he makes it that long.
Come on, let me do that.
You can do a plot point.
No.
It's yours if you want to spend a plot point. As rolled, he got his last monologue. Because he's a DM villain.
Yeah,
He's not
I
bad.
know.
He's just an ad.
No, the villain's supposed to be the dude in red, but
Villain is us. Heyo.
no, I'll let Benkuhm take him down.
This whole time, they're a legit branch of Peller. You guys are the bad guys. No, maybe.
I know.
We'll see. All right. If you want it, it's yours, but
No.
Sarah certainly
Okay.
is, and I tried to talk to them.
No, I'm
it
good.
is. All right, next up.
But I will be right back.
All right.
Sure.
Fenris.
Un momento.
Right.
Fenris, I'd say we have another gift. Don't you agree?
Yes, just make sure that he can't speak, like bind or gag him and actually wrap something around his eyes.
Will do.
All right.
And I'm just going to hold my action. I'm going to hold my action and basically I'm just going to move up. I'm just going to move up just about here. And I am going to hold my action and wait to see if the Cambion is able to not just get out of the hold person spell, but actually attack.
There is a
Seara.
crumpled, burnt body of a mage right there that you kind of walk up to and sift with your foot. And actually, just some robes, a spell book that fell to the ground, and a staff laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Toss me those ropes.
Well,
That'll do.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know if it's a bonus action or free action, but I'll pick up whatever item.
Sure, you can scoop
the
those
mage.
up. Yeah, no problem.
So what did I get? A staff,
A robe, a staff, and a book. All of them are pretty charred, but there might be some use in them yet.
Okay.
You haven't had a chance to inspect them fully, whether it's them that actually got charred or it's the charred remains of the mage sticking on the outside of them. But yeah. All right, so you scoop those up. All right. Meanwhile, I can't roll to save my dang life tonight.
Wow, this is
Not
like
your
the
life.
Is
longest.
still held.
He must be so angry.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's like, these guys are
super
cheating.
mad.
This spell doesn't work on fiends. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like
DM hacks.
like
Okay.
you should get an advantage right there.
That'd be a fun way of doing it. Just like, yeah, you can cast it, but they get advantage because they're half demon.
They're
too.
only half of them. You know what? I might house roll that next time. Not this time.
Next time.
I think I will house roll that because you are getting a major bonus being able to hold a fiend at all.
The funny thing about like spells like that is that they're not technically immune to the spell. The spell cannot target them, and therefore
Right.
you would never like waste a spell that way. But if you just have disadvantage, then you could waste a spell with it.
Yeah,
right?
but you might.
Which is an interesting little like.
Might be a
weirdness.
neat little hack. All right. Coming up next, Umbra de Seara.
Great. I mean, I will do so, all the stuff, right?
Nice.
Probably I'll actually like drag him a bit so that I can get to like I want like Fenris to toss me the rope so I can use that to like tie him, like gag him and stuff. 'Cause
Sure.
I could just be like, I have stuff in my bag. Why not?
But you don't carry a bag.
Better. I don't really carry anything. Yeah.
There are also 3 horses.
There are 3 horses. I
sorry.
intend to befriend those horses, but
4 horses, but they are spooked. In fact, let me just see if they managed to get loose from the ropes.
I don't think so. I tied them. I mean, they were tied up.
They were tied up really well.
One of
them manages to get loose and bolt out of 5. So you have 4 riding horses.
I would love to just be like,
tech.
oh no, I have to like leave this guy to go get that horse, but I'm not going to.
Yeah. It runs off, but the other 4 are just pulling at the reins, trying to get away from the sight of the giant fireball. All right, down and one more time. The knight just turns around and stares at Benkuhm. And Benkuhm's
accepts his death.
Benkuhm looks at him and says, "A warrior deserves a warrior death."
You are no warrior. He chokes him out.
Actually, at this, that's what Johannes says. Slits his throat before Benkuhm can actually smash him down, and so the knight dies. He had one hit point for that. Like,
of course he did.
After the arrow through the face, that was 1 hit point that whole bloody time.
Man, you robbed Bela. You robbed her.
I know, but Benkuhm wanted it. And then Johannes robbed Benkuhm, so everybody's thieved.
No, you robbed her. Just give her that extra 1 point of damage.
You know what? I liked the monologuing. It was fun. All right.
No, it was great. It was excellent.
All right,
I really liked
so
it.
you guys bind the second Cambion.
Yeah. You got a twofer.
You got 2.
Yeah.
Why have one Cambion rather than just 2?
Yeah. And we go through his stuff, see if he has any identifying documents. Is this guy actually somebody who's like relevant? You know. Did he also have a toupee of disguise? You know, that kind of thing.
What about the first one, magistrate?
Yeah. So, good question. You make your way back around. We're out of initiative now. You make your way back around, and you see, he has moved about 15 feet. He has been bound and tossed, like hogtied.
He can't move.
He's hogtied, but he's managed to kind of wiggle himself, and he's desperately trying to chew at the ropes and the
He's
binds.
actually a break dancer. We never knew.
He's been doing everything this whole time trying to escape. He woke up a while ago and was trying to escape, but you guys did a good job tying him up. He does actually, as you come back around the corner, Fenris, I'm glad you mentioned that at that moment, because that's what that 16 was. He had managed to get 1 foot loose and was trying to wiggle that to like loosen the arm a little bit more. And you come around and see that as he walks around, Fenris walks around the corner.
Right.
I call out that he's trying to get free.
Yeah, I think we all go.
Johannes Benkuhm, yeah. Right? Like I figured we would.
All right, so
secure the prisoner.
Benkuhm walks back. Oh, this one is slippery. Ties him up twice as hard, and just the pressure that he puts on this is enough to knock him out again. He was only at like 8 HP at that point. So he is now been
a small question.
hot-dogged. Yeah, go for it.
So I have tied up this new Cambion with the chain, which is attached to both me and Benkuhm. Is that right? Are we like all 3 tied together now?
Well, Benkuhm, when he passed it to you, it came off of him.
Yeah. Really? That's weird. Okay.
And flung over to you. He
I
like
was not expecting
threw
that.
it. And it did actually detach from him and attach to you.
Okay.
He's like, "Give me that back."
Yeah, please try to take it.
He takes it off the cane. He walks back. You guys end up. He carries the now hogtied guy back together again, and then he ends up tying him up with yet another length of rope. I didn't know you could do that. Ties up the other one you just had chained, the lieutenant, and then ties him up really tightly with just regular rope and takes the chain back and does his wisdom save. fails, taking 8 damage.
Well,
More
you'll
than
have to
8.
remember that.
That's fine.
I'm going to search the second Gambi and the lieutenant for any other items as well. I think we all are.
Yeah, you guys start to just tear into. So, first thing you find is he's got a Eye of Pellar, very similar to the one you took off the magistrate with the jeweled eyes. He's got that. He's got kind of vestments, but also chainmail, black, very nice chainmail.
Cool.
Scale mail. Scale mail.
Oh, boo.
He does have a spear leaned against the rock over there.
Sorry to interrupt. Are
Yeah.
we just narratively saying we knock him out, or is he just like awake for all this?
He's still awake. I mean, you could
'Cause,
spend
yeah, we
the
didn't
time.
say we did. But,
He is
yeah.
tough as balls.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
Well-
take a while.
Yeah.
He
Well-
was held
So we were able to
for
get him.
quite a long time. So
Yeah.
he is now bound and
Yeah.
restrained. He can't cast a verbal spell. He can't cast somatic spell. And if you
He
strip
can't
him,
cast any
he's
spell that
blinded.
requires line of sight, which is literally every spell.
yeah. So you can take
Sort
every,
of, not true. I
not
guess.
entirely true.
Like plane shift doesn't have line of sight, for example.
Right. Speaking of which, I should probably look that up.
Yeah,
Hey.
definitely going to make sure that there's a blindfold on him.
Absolutely. Who happens to have a player's handbook nearby? Because mine is all the way downstairs.
Sure, I do. What do you want to look up?
Can you look up plane shift for me? What's the material components, or what's the components for that?
Sure. I mean, I'm not going to look it up in the player's handbook. I'm just going to Google it.
I guess I'm near Google.
Yeah.
All right,
A
but for the
forked metal
moment,
rod
he
worth
is,
at least a forked metal rod worth at least 250 gold pieces attuned to a particular plane of existence.
all right.
But clearly, it was different last time, so whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't know what was hidden inside that silver ring.
It was a forked metal rod.
It was just itty bitty.
Alternatively,
It was a
if you had
massive
sigil
ring.
sequence of a teleportation circle.
So I'll take the other amulet. So now I have 2.
Yep.
And does he have any gold?
Yeah. Let me
I detect magic.
find that.
Seems like
So
my kind
you
of
have
spell.
a staff of might be mildly interesting from that wizard. You
Sure.
have scale mail. He does have a large spear. Doesn't appear to be magical itself, but it is a well-made spear. Let me get into here for a sec.
And is the robe or staff or book magical?
The book is a standard spell book, but if you
Yes.
ever wanted to give that to a wizard, they would probably like it.
I do not have detect magic prepared.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, wasn't prepared. I mean, I can prepare it, right? That's benefits of being a druid, but
Well, okay. I don't know if you guys need the armor or the spear, but I'll keep the wizard stuff and the jeweled amulet.
I don't think any of us need it, but we might as well keep it till we can find out if it is.
All right.
magical or not.
One thing of interest is that the robes that came off the wizard are pretty much useless. But in amongst them, you find a small, like pin, almost like a brooch, but in the center of it is a pearl that might be useful.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's cute.
You also see 2 potions are on the Cambion. There is a scroll case that he has.
Okay.
Cool.
And
So only one was a Cambion, right?
yep.
None of the others revealed themselves, and we just glossed by it.
No, just one of them was a Cambion.
So you said a pin with a pearl?
Yeah, it's you'll spend some time with it. It's a pearl of power.
Oh, it actually is. I just assumed you were like, here's a pearl for identifying
I was
stuff. Dang, that's actually really good.
And I guess it's so a wizard staff and spell book and a pearl of power. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, wow, Pearl Power. That's like...
You're writing that down, Gord?
Yeah.
That's regain 1 spell slot. I think
That
that's
would be nice for you, Gord.
Yeah, that's real good.
Yeah.
The quarterstaff is just an arcane implement. You can use it if you wish.
Not really.
I
No.
assumed, yeah.
No, I already have my own arcane implement.
What is yours?
If you recall, way back in the
My
first session,
shadow peen.
I have a wolf's head whistle. That's silver.
Right.
Wrought.
Right.
Gift from my
He was
parents.
a bard the whole time.
The whole party was bards. Oh my god. All right. So you guys, you've doubled the amount of Cambions in your kidnapped collection. You have made it most of the way up to the succubus's lair, and so far have stopped the attempted capture that these people they kind of camped out here in an attempt to capture anyone heading up this way. For those who want to know, that original cultist that was sitting on the rock had used augury to be like, hey, where should we catch the people who took them? Found out it's going to be that direction. And then they used their knowledge to be like, okay, what's up there? Oh, there's
Did we find the material components? Sorry.
you didn't find much.
I
It all
gotta
got
ask that.
incinerated by a giant fireball.
Really? Gem and Blade Dragon Bones got incinerated? Screw you.
Hey, do a perception check if you want. You can do a perception check.
Look, he shouldn't be doing cast unless he's a multi-class cleric, which he could be because they're a religious disorder.
not the mage. The other one who was sitting on the rock
Oh, nice.
was a low-level cleric of sorts. Not that low,
Cool.
but second
Not
level
that
spell.
low. No, that's cool. Okay, I misunderstood. Yeah.
No. The
that makes
mage
sense.
was just there
Why
as
not a cleric?
firepower and didn't do a goddamn thing. I'm gonna have to hit you guys
tried.
a lot harder next time.
Fenris
To be fair, I
knocked
rolled
him out.
garbage.
But also, smart play should be rewarded.
Absolutely. As soon as Fenris was like, I'm gonna go down this way, bloomp. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah. Like,
And
good
that was-
environment is so hard to do and stuff, and like it just...
That was so well done, and also
That
that
was.
spell combo. Like, Gord, had you been planning that? Like,
I actually had been planning that.
just be like, I'm gonna hold you, and then I'm gonna rot you.
Yep. Silently.
Oh, that's
Nice.
just so morally
Ugly.
ambiguous.
I know.
That's exactly
it's
what
not.
that is.
No, it's not.
Well, now we have horses, guys. We have 4 horses.
Oh, I do need to go talk to those horses and calm
we
them
have,
down.
and we have 2 healing. What do you say? 2 healing potions.
2 potions. They're not identified yet.
We don't know what they are.
And you
a
have
spell scroll.
a pearl of power, because you need more power, apparently.
Benkuhm and I will both talk to the horses.
I was gonna say.
By casting ritual, speak with animals. So we both have that.
Benkuhm's way of calming the horses is just to grab its head and force it to his head, and he's like, be calm.
No, I just mean like we're actually going to speak with words because we can do that.
Yeah, you guys spend the time to do it, and you got him.
And while they're doing all of that, I'm just going to kind of look around and look at Benkuhm and go, hey, you wouldn't happen to, have some healing potions on you, would you?
What? A healing potion? No, I do not believe so. I think I would have remembered something like that.
Was that Benkuhm?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Benkuhm.
Oh,
Was
okay.
it a bad impression?
That was a good impression. I liked it.
I thought it was pretty good.
Well, it slightly had the accent that that Sarah has, so I wasn't sure. There was just a slight not Middle Eastern, Eastern European accent,
Yeah.
so I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before we
Does he have healing
finish,
potions? I don't think so.
Before we finish this journey,
no
we
idea.
should find a place to take a rest. I need a rest after all this. Two battles. I'm weary, but we should gather up the spoils and figure them out, and then finish our journey after a rest.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
So you guys press on through the pass and...
Sorry,
go ahead.
Cambions need to breathe, right?
Yeah.
Can we just get, like, sleeper hold on the Cambion dude?
Yeah, Benkuhm...
Get Benkuhm to do that? Yeah.
Benkuhm just drags him by the head.
Cool.
Do until he stops kicking. And then he lays him down, checks him, and then drags him a little bit more, and then stops, and then slings
we can
them
tie
both over shoulders.
Right.
Well, we can tie them to the horses then.
Yeah, you can. Although the horses are wearing the Knights of Pellar tack and all that stuff. So you guys...
They don't have to be. We can leave that behind if we wanted.
That's true.
Or we could take it. Like, who cares? I don't care.
Do we care if we're using...
We're already wanted.
What, you want to add horse thievery to your rap sheet?
Look, this isn't horse thievery. They're dead. This guy's not, but, he doesn't count. He's a demon.
So you guys head on up, and instead of continuing north, you scout around as you go a little bit, and you discover a nice little nook you can kind of duck around the corner, not too far away, and get a nice... If you're willing to spend the night without a campfire. However, you might be a bit nervous knowing that they found you somehow, and the pursuit is probably not very far off.
So we're resting in the middle of the day, right? Like,
well, you guys can keep going.
Wait until the night to sleep.
It's up to you.
I
know Gord's kind of
tapped,
tapped, so
he benefit
wants...
from a rest unless you wait like 24 hours or something.
Well, I'm good with getting out of the immediate area to some area where we can find cover, because we just got tracked here.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think
and then find a spot where we can take a bit of a rest on the way.
Absolutely. Right. Okay, so you guys.
But if you're proposing like a long rest, like a normal day of travel, we would already get to the succubus, right? I imagine. So
well, you'd probably get there
then. If you want to rest,
if you want to rest before you see her, you're gonna want to camp around like 6 p.m. ish, and then you can arrive fresh the next morning, or even in the middle of the night if you prefer.
We travel fast, so like, yeah.
Sorry, I just dragged you to a new map, and it doesn't make any sense to you. But map leaping.
There's a bed.
It's a thing. All right.
And the screen is black for me. I'm probably looking in the wrong spot.
There we go.
Ooh, look at that. Ooh.
All right, so you guys end up finding a nice little place up on the top of a cliff, kind of up and over to the top right, with a good view of the road and path below. And that seems like a good spot to rest before continuing on to your date with a succubus.
Great.
You're
Probably during that travel, I have some of those conversations I was talking about. We can do that.
Absolutely. We'll come back to that. This was a good test run, and it's already, holy crow, it's almost 1 a.m.
Yeah.
All right. I did not intend this to go that long.
Yeah.
Well, thanks,
no kidding.
guys.
I'm actually getting tired, believe it or not.
Well, I'll let you. We're gonna wrap it up here. Thanks very much for listening, viewers, and thanks for the suggestions again, Yaofen, and everybody else watching. So thanks very much, A10 Lurks. I think that's a bot, and definitely to Yaofen for tuning in. And don't forget to enter for that the draw for Shadowrun 6 box. That if you can pronounce. Umbra de Seara's full name. So
that's probably hard to make out because I said it over you.
But it's in the previous recordings as well, and in the opening sequence to this. So if you want to check that out, you can qualify to get a free Shadowrun 6 box, which you might already have. I don't know, but worth a shot. Nice. All right.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, thanks very much.
That might be it.
And Yaofen is messaging me and saying, hit me up on Discord, and I absolutely. Oh, okay, so you know what? Stick around, we'll get you a ticket for that, and you might, hey, if you're the only one in the draw, that definitely helps. So yeah, you'll see me on the socials and
You
our
have
socials.
100% chance of winning.
There you
You're
go.
the only
He's,
one.
we're trying to grow our viewership, not be like, hey, don't tell anyone so I can win the thing. So we're going to do a draw for that in a little bit. I imagine towards the end of March. Oh, we are at the end of March. So let's say beginning of April. We'll do a draw for that. So I'll try to get a little more competition for you off end, but you might be able to win something here. And to everybody else, thanks very much for listening, and thanks so much for all of you tuning in from California, from Oklahoma, and from Australia. We're thinking of everybody out there, especially stay safe, stay healthy, stay home if you possibly can. And to the first responders, the essential services, we love you guys so much, and thank you for keeping the lights on, the internet pumping, and the food in the fridge stocked, and taking care of those who need it so desperately at this time. So thank you so much for that. Anybody have anything else you want to say before we go?
No, great session, guys.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think
Peace
that's about
out.
it.
All right. Well, thanks very much, everybody, and we'll see you, I guess, hopefully in about a week for another live stream slash Roll20 online game. Unless, of course, somebody cures coronavirus over the week, in which case we'll be back rolling the dice in person. All right, stay safe, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Will we be in your house?
Someday soon. Someday.
How's the basement coming?
I actually did a video on YouTube, an update of SideQuest Live News of how much there is to do still. I still have to rip out walls and all kinds of stuff. But, I'm figuring a good week and a half of work ought to do it. So
that's closer than I thought.
That's ambitious. But my garage is full of lumber, so we'll get that done. So yeah, we'll keep the updates coming up on YouTube and on the socials. And thanks so much for coming, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Okay.
All right.
Out.
Have a good night.
Try to record all of our games as much as possible, whether that's Dungeons & Dragons or Shadowrun or another tabletop role-playing game. Just a quick side note about all the licenses and copyrights involved. Our music is all Creative Commons attribution music on our live stream video feed or YouTube replay or Twitch VOD. We always attribute each individual artist, so be sure to check out those individual artist attributions. Lots of love to so many people who make their work available so that we can do what we do. So thank you. It influences our game. It makes it immeasurably better. So much appreciation for them. Let's not forget the makers of the games. Dungeons & Dragons is copywritten by Wizards of the Coast. They own it. They make it available to all of us to play, and it's wonderful. We are in no way affiliated with them, and nor do they endorse this podcast, but we are very appreciative. The other game we often play is Shadowrun, which is Catalyst Games, and again, we are not affiliated with them, and they do not endorse us, but we really appreciate their game, and we hope you appreciate our game. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Twitch and YouTube, and watch for those live games once we're streaming them out. And of course, we do accept suggestions for names, so please hit us up on Instagram and name our stuff. All right, thanks so much. I'm Todd, and this has been SideQuest Live. We'll see you again soon.